and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals coach gets fined, and K1, Kyler Murray, is not practicing today. Major League Baseball playoffs are in full swing. So far, they have been awesome. And the Suns are visiting China. They have an NBA preseason game on Friday morning. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, hanging out today. Beautiful Ahwatukee, Manuch's stomping grounds. And we are here at the Hub Bar and Grill. There's a great lunch crowd already on hand. They have the Major League Baseball playoffs already on this afternoon. You are more than welcome to come and join us here once again at the Hub. Now, let me do this first because Manuch wrote this question late last night, and here it is. It is our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
I wrote it late last night because it was stuck in my craw the entire night when I wrote this at 1 o'clock in the morning last night for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Yes, late last night. Should the Cardinals have fined Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for having contact with DeMarcado's chest on the sideline? They fined him $100,000 yesterday. You have two options. Manuch outdid himself. Yes, you cannot put your hands on players. No, it undermines his authority as head coach. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X. Cast your vote. We'll talk about it throughout the show today. Manuch, how are you, pal? I'm doing good. By the way, what a great place this is. The Hub,
it's awesome.
The Hub Grill and Bar out here in Ahwatukee, 50th Street and Ray Road. Do you have a chair? Because you're always here. You and Kim are always here.
It's reserved.
Yeah. Does your name on it?
Yeah, it does.
Somewhere?
Yeah.
Right here at the bar?
Yeah. If you look closely, it'll say big time radio guy.
I see. It's one with the little
chair?
booster chair on it. There it is right there at the very end. That's Jimmy B. seat. No, this is quite the nice place. All the TVs, watching all the Major League Baseball playoffs going on. We got football here, got soccer. I have no idea what Happy TV is all about with all the Halloween stuff that's going on here. I mean, there's something for everybody that's here. But it's been a few years since I've been here. But the Hubs, they got it going on here, Jimmy B.
Yeah, no, it's a great place. Food is terrific, and the drinks are cold. Lots of on-tap brewskis, local craft beers as well. It's all available for you at the Hub. We will be here today until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I referenced the baseball playoffs quickly, an update. In the American League Division Series, Seattle now leading Detroit 1-0, and they are in the top of the fourth inning. Mariners lead that series 2-1. All right, Manuch, so yesterday, the news broke late. We were just ending the show that the Cardinals had fined their head coach $100,000.
The Cardinals fined him, not the league.
That's correct.
The Arizona Cardinals fined their own head coach. Okay, proceed.
So you weren't here. You had things you had to take care of. So I will give the floor to you today to pontificate on what we just discussed.
The only thing I can think of is I went back in the annals of time, and it's very rare, if at all, that an actual team has fined their head coach. They find players. So I try to go back and see if the Bill Cowers of the world were fined by their team. Maybe the Mike Tomlins of the world were fined by their team. How about Mike Ditka? Was he fined by the Bears? Nobody fined. The only thing I could find was that the National Football League fined Bruce Arians a few years ago when I think it was a running back or defensive back that he basically dressed down the sideline. Then he gave a little head slap on the top of the helmet.
I remember that.
So they fined him. That was the league that fined him, maybe $50,000, whatever, that type of thing. Now, if you flip off a crowd and you're an owner of a team and you inadvertently flip out a crowd, I don't know how you inadvertently.
I don't think it was inadvertent.
Yeah, I don't either. I could see you getting fined $250,000 by the league because, again, they're protecting this ship, protecting the Brown. Here's my thought process on this. First and foremost, okay, I get it. As a coach, you're never supposed to touch another player. It was a love tap to the chest. It was like, hey, you got that? After he said, look, you can't do that got in his grill, deservedly so, by the way.
Absolutely.
Got in his grill, and then gave him a little pop on the shoulder pad to say, look, don't do it again, like as a reminder, little love tap. Have we gotten that soft? He's in pads. He's a football player, for crying out loud. I get it. Can't touch the player. And the other thing, too, here's my thoughts on this. For Jonathan Gannon to come back and apologize on Monday, what did you have to apologize for?
Yeah, that's what I said on the show. Coach, you don't need to apologize.
Yeah, here's the thing. Now, he might have apologized. Look, I didn't mean to tap you, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But, I mean, he dressed him down as he should, or he could have told one of the captains, whatever you want to spin it, to go over there and get in his face, or he could have sat him down and said, look, here's the deal. Now, could he have handled it better? Maybe not berate him as he did. I had no problem with it whatsoever. And the only thing I can think of, you brought this up today, Jimmy. I guess you and Roc talked about this.
Yes,
at the end of the show.
Yep.
Is that maybe the league saw this and said, look, hey, Michael Bidwell, either you fine him or we will. We can't have that at all. So, again, when the National Football League, as I call it, the Flag Football League at times, I know it went right over your head there, Jimmy.
It did. Well, I'm
like,
I'm not on the booster chair.
You just popped him in his shoulder. Like, hey, don't do it again. Wise up. What the hell are you doing out there? It's a very selfish act. So, I don't know. I think a lot of people, yes, you can't put your hands on players for a state 4A referee. It should call a question today. Or no, it undermines his authority as a head coach, which leads me to this. When a team finds their own head coach for what was deserved of Amar Demarcado, are you usurping the authority of that head coach by doing that? That's my question right there. He had every right to go over there and get in his grill. That game basically pretty much that play cost them the game, if you want to look at it. And you clearly walked in. Whatever you did is just you got to erase that from your memory and don't do it again. So to me, it's like, Michael going, hey, look, unless he was forced to do it. But if I was Michael Bidwell, I said, look, what are you going to do? So I'm not going to fine him. If you want to fine him, then you fine him as the National Football League. I've got a head coach I believe in. He's in his third year. We're struggling right now. If I fine him, what's that going to tell the players that we fine him for doing what he was totally clear of doing to that player, and then get it off his chest, and then you move on from that standpoint?
That's it.
That's my only problem with this. Because I went back and I went back and I went back. I might have gone to the end of the internet when I think about that.
Okay.
But
no wonder you were up so late.
This is one of the only that I found where the player or the team actually finds its own coach. The league has fined Bruce Arians, and maybe there's a couple of, and Jerry Jones. Boy, how ironic to have Jerry Jones fined on the same day, but fined by your team. I don't like the look of this.
I don't either.
This team is flailing right now.
Yes.
And something like that, the biggest thing you could have done, if I was ownership, we support Jonathan Gannon all the way. Because if the league would have fined him, I'd have said, you know what? We support Jonathan Gannon. The only thing we don't condone is, touching our players, whatever.
Yeah.
You could have spun it to where, but we'll accept it. We'll pay the fine for him and have it ... But what happened cannot happen as a football player on our football team. That's I'm like, are you?
I lost it yesterday when that took
place.
Did you?
Did you go off?
I went off. Here's the other breaking story, and that is that Kyler Murray is not practicing today. It is because of the foot injury he sustained Sunday. So, Manuch, does that take some of the heat off the offensive coordinator who called a run play with 3rd and 8, and then yesterday during his press conference said, well, Kyler's foot was bothering him, but then he said right after that, well, he was still operating okay. If he's operating okay, how come he can't throw the football, and how come he can't check out of that play?
Yeah, and we'll get into this.
Yeah.
When I heard that there was no check for that play.
Exactly.
Connor and I talked about this morning. We're going through the rundown. He's a former left tackle. He's a guy that's got to block when you got unmanned on that side, knowing your play is going to get blown up. Who doesn't have a checkoff of the 1,000 plays you have going into a game? I had a check for every play that we ran. If you're unmanned and you're running a stretch play to the left, to the far, by the way, you're running to the far side of the field versus into the boundary, and you don't have any check. I heard this.
Yeah.
I went, Drew Petzing, how long you been in the National Football League? You have a check. You allow your player, bad foot or not, to go ahead and make that check, because if they were that side, they blew in there. The linebackers just shot the gap, and they got him for a loss, by the way. So you've got Marv Jr., you got an all-pro tight end, you got a supposed franchise quarterback, and you go max protect. So you go check, 235, hike, whatever it is.
Yep.
You got to, and for him to say, well, we don't have a check for that. Really? Is this freaking Little League football?
Yes.
We had a checks in high school, in college, in junior college. I was floored to hear that. And to me, a lot of Cardinal fans, that response to that was like, it's like, that emoji where the guy's got his hand on his forehead.
Oh, sure. In fact, I send that to you all the time.
Yeah, you know what? We put that with you all the time. that guys, that's inexplicable. Couple things. The touchdown, the flip in the end zone is inexcusable. Not to have a check out. Number one, to run that play is inexcusable. Not to have a check is inexcusable. And if there was any doubt about Kyler Murray, why don't you put Jacoby Brissett in the game?
Okay.
Now, Jacoby Brissett was in the game when he handed the ball off to DeMarcado.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail to realize that, because on 3rd and short, they thought, okay, if he's behind center, he might sneak it, right? So, but he handed it off, caught him by surprise, should have had a touchdown.
Right.
But Jacoby Brissett would have been just fine, whether he's warm or not, to throw the ball. So I'm not buying that at all. That was a gaffe. I hope you learned for it, because this team is reeling right now as far as the team and as far as that locker room is concerned.
Hey, everybody, we're hanging out today here in Ahwatukee. It's the Hub at 50th and Ray Road. Great lunch crowd already on hand. We will be broadcasting live until 4 o'clock. They've got the Major League Baseball playoff game on right now between Seattle and Detroit. There's great food here. If you love good bar food, trust me, I've eaten here a lot. The Hub is where the community comes together. And here's what they do. They offer up killer burgers and wings and that extra degree of energy. It's the Hub where the community comes together. When we come back, it'll be our Lerner and Rowe Replay Rewind. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2. Streaming live on the Arizona Sports app.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to face Utah Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
All month long, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with vanilla ice cream and a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish.
Pima JTED doesn't just work for students, it works for all of Arizona. Hands-on training, real-world skills, high school students become job-ready, and Arizona businesses get the talent they need to thrive. Without a skilled workforce, Arizona can't grow. But with Pima JTED graduates, our entire economy prospers. Join the businesses already investing in Arizona's future. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PimaJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out today. Ahwatukee is where we are located. It is the Hub Bar and Grill. We are here until 4 o'clock, and you can find us at 50th and Ray Road. There's plenty of parking. Good lunch crowd already here, and we will be here until 4 o'clock today. Time for the Replay Rewind. Manuch, do you remember some guy that played for the Diamondbacks? They called him Gene, the dancing. No, that wasn't right. That's the Gong Show. They called him Gino. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do. He was so hot. And they're like, wow, this guy hit hit 50 home runs in 5 days or something like that. And he got traded to Seattle. He hasn't written home, hasn't sent any smoke signals.
He hasn't called us?
Hasn't tweeted Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. Yeah, I remember that guy, Gino Suarez.
That's the guy.
Yes.
Well, this is what he did last night.
Gino leads it off. He walked back into second. Suarez, who began his career as a Detroit Tiger. Swing, fly ball, tag back, and Gino absolutely destroys this. It is gone out to left field. Eugenio Suarez, his first hit of the postseason, is not coming back.
Thank you to Fox Sports 1 for the highlight. I miss him and Naylor, who also was sent packing to Seattle. And here they are right now having an opportunity to, if they win today, they would eliminate Detroit and they would get to the conference finals.
Yeah, and I think the one thing is they were hoping, because he really struggled the last 2 weeks of the season. And you look at what their skipper said. He said, look, we need to get him hot, but get him hot at the right time. They've been able to carry him. Mm-hmm. Naylor's played very, very well. Cal Raleigh's played extremely well. But they've had a really good team hitting approach as far as to get ready. Allow him to get his stroke back, and that one was a bomb. So he could be, as they say in Texas, Jimmy B, he might be back on track.
You referenced the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Here he is last night.
Yes, indeed. The Mariners with a chance to add on here in the ninth to that 5-run lead, 6-1. Here's Cal Raleigh. Swinging a well-hit ball deep into the gap in left center field. This one is going, and goodbye baseball. Cal Raleigh with a home run the other way into the Mariners bullpen. 60 home runs during the regular season, and now a home run here in the postseason, his second postseason home run, and the Mariners are on their way to a win here in Game 3.
He's 2 for 4 with the 3 RBIs, but how rare is it, Jimmy B, to have a catcher batting second in your lineup?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to give him his at-bats, but you have a catcher who are typically in maybe, Johnny Betts used to be in the 5 hole at times. Some of the better catchers over the years for the 5, 6 hole, or down at the 8 hole or 9 hole as far as the DH is concerned. Just goes to show how good of a hitter he is. And for the playoffs right now, he's batting just a mere .462 as far as the playoffs are concerned.
All right, so the game right now is in progress in Detroit. Seattle leads at 2-0, bottom of the 4th inning. All right, let's take you to last night's Yankees-Blue Jays game. And the reason is because Toronto had a chance last night to eliminate the New Yorkers, and it started off really well for the Blue Jays once again. Thank you to Fox Sports 1.
Numbers are glaringly in his favor. 10 out of 17 in his career against Carlos Rodon. On this 2-0, he swings, and it's a fly ball to deep center field. Grisham's going back. He's done it again. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has the Blue Jays in front in the first inning. His 17th career home run at Yankee Stadium. Unbelievable, this guy.
So the Blue Jays are off and running, and they're cruising along. Finally, the Yankees get 3, and it is a 6-3 score. Guess what? People forgot about that guy named Aaron Judge. Here he is right now.
On a 2-strike pitch. Hits a drive down the line. If it's fair, it's his moment. It is. It's time. Judge has arrived.
It's a 3-run jack, ties the game, and then the Yankees tack on another one.
Well, here is Jazz Chisholm. Being put a good swing on one. He flat out the left and walked.
There's the drive to deep right field. New York leads for the first time in the series. Jazz Chisholm goes deep.
So the Yankees win that game, Manuch, and they're still alive.
I think court's in session. If they are, the Judge went off 3 for 4 for the 4 RBIs and the 1 home run. The other thing, too, is you look at that lineup and really starting to come, and you look at Chisholm, some of the things that he's done. But, I mean, he as a leadoff guy, he's only hitting $167. They need to get him more productive, and I think that's going to be the key as far as him getting on. And Judge and Bellinger, they're going back-to-back, had a good night last night for both of them. They're going to need that. I mean, they're still behind the 8 ball in reference to this Toronto Blue Jays team, who up until last night, they still are putting touchdowns on the board. They put a touchdown on the board last night, missed the extra point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're going to have to really hone your pitching in. If there's one thing very surprising is that this Yankees pitching has really faltered. Thank goodness the Judge hit that foul pole to get them back in the game.
All right, so let's go to the NFL. And yesterday, Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon met the news media. Listen, we played all kinds of his clips about the incident and the fine. So what we're going to do now is set you up. Remember, they have a road game against the red-hot Indianapolis Colts, and the locker room has got to be in some unrest, at least you would think. So here's how Gannon responds to that question about good energy in the locker room.
Stay in the present, not looking forward to the future, not looking back in the past. If you're carrying baggage, you're in the wrong to me. So you're only carrying baggage because your brain says you got to carry it. We don't have to carry any baggage. We got a chance to go 3-3. Play a really good football team and play well. So that's what they know right now. Put a smile on your face, enjoy competing, and control today.
Shake it off. Learn from your mistakes. You're going into Indianapolis, one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best running games in the league, a very good, steady offense, a lot of balance. Hey, shake it off. Like Chuck Knox used to tell us, ain't nobody want to hear your sad story.
Nobody knows who Chuck Knox
is. Chuck Knox, well, if you're a football fan.
They don't know.
Yeah, okay, I'll remind you. One of the all-time coaches in the National Football League with the Rams. We had him with the Bills. And he used to say if we got into I think we only lost 2 games in a row once in my 2 years there.
Wow.
But he would say, look, shake it off. Learn, key phrase, learn from our mistakes.
Yep.
And we have to learn. I remember it's clear as day. We have to learn how to close out games and play Bills football. And what he meant by that is we need to establish ourselves that when we get a lead, we're in control. We close the game out, and we get known for that. Right now, the Cardinals are known for giving up last-minute, 2-minute drives and losing by field goals when they've had the lead. So the Colts are going, look, even though they faltered down the line, they're a very good team on film. So it's just a matter of learning, understanding where you're at, but you've got to win at least. You got to win one of the next 2 games before you're bye.
All right, so the opposition on the road against those Indianapolis Colts who are 4-1 and playing exceptionally well. Here is Gannon yesterday on the Colts.
Yeah, they're a good football team. Obviously light up when I talk about Shane because I know how good he is. Being with him for those 2 years that we were together. He's a really good football coach, and he knows how to use his people, use his weapons. He knows how to, get the most out of the quarterback. Like I said, they got a lot of good players. Chris Ballard's done a really good job with that roster where it's at right now with a mix of vets and youth and premium players, as I would call them. And then Lou, coming over from Cincinnati, they play hard. They disguise really well. They take the ball away. They're taking the ball away at a high clip right now, I think in the top couple teams in the NFL. And he's got premier players too. They got 2 inside guys that are really good players, a really good corner, really good Mike linebacker who I was with a couple of those guys. It's a big time challenge. There's no doubt.
Manuch, they're going to get their hat handed to them. I'm just telling you right now. That's what's going to happen this Sunday. All right, there it is. That is indeed our replay rewind, presented, of course, by Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. You get a free consultation. Once again, Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Coming up, Tim Kempton will be our guest as the Suns are in China for 2 preseason games. We'll talk to Tim about that. And before we do that, next up, ESPN 620 Sports Center update with Laz.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. We start on the diamond where Game 4 of the ALDS between the Seattle Mariners and Detroit Tigers is underway as Seattle leads the series 2-1 and looks to punch its ticket to the ALCS. Following that, the Blue Jays will have another shot to close out the Yankees, and to wrap up the night, the Dodgers look to complete an impressive 3-game sweep of the Phillies. Over in the NFL, Kyler Murray did not practice today as the Cardinals prepare for their Week 6 matchup with the 4-1 Colts. Murray's dealing with a foot injury from Sunday, but did return to finish the game. We'll kick it all off with Thursday Night Football from Twin Peaks, Tempe, tomorrow with an NFC East divisional matchup as the Eagles visit the Giants. Pint specials at all 5 locations. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and scenic views. Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton joins the guys next.
Craving sushi with a twist? Welcome to Rock Lobster, Chandler's vibrant and trendy sushi destination, where energy meets elegance. From bold wok-fired dishes to creative handcrafted rolls and cocktails, every bite brings the flavor. Every visit brings the vibe. Join us for lunch, dinner, or happy hour Monday through Friday, or even a date night. Find us at Price and Queen Creek in Ocotillo. That's Rock Lobster, where sushi gets social.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona, proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Hey, it's Gambo, and I'm here with Stuart Willis, the president of Asset Preservation, Wealth, and Tax. Stuart, it's the fourth quarter. The clock's winding down on 2025. What should folks be doing right now with their taxes?
Gambo, this is crunch time. There are 2 big moves that people can make before year end. First, harvesting gains and losses, and then Roth conversions.
All right, give me the quick playbook. Gains and losses first.
Sure, if your investments are up, you can harvest some gains while taxes are still low under the big, beautiful bill. If they're down, harvest harvest the losses to offset future gains. Either way, you're putting points on the board.
All right, and how about the Roth conversions?
Converting IRA money to a Roth now means you pay today's low tax rates, and all future growth is completely tax-free. It's like locking in a win for retirement.
Folks, the clock runs out on December 31st. Call Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax at 602-877-PLAN or go to assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor.
Dan Bickley here with my guy Bear, one of the Henley brothers who runs Walt's TV and Appliance, conveniently located off the I-10 in Warner. And Bear, what do our listeners get by shopping at Walt's?
Well, Dan, you'll get great expertise and great prices. We'll give you the best in-store and in-home experience every time. We also offer same-day delivery 7 days a week. Come check out our great selection, speak with our knowledgeable staff, and enjoy worry-free installation done by a pro. Only at Walt's. Shop local. Shop Walt's.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out today. Ahwatukee is where you can find us, and we are at the Hub Bar and Grill, Ray Road and 50th. That's right. You know where Best Buy is in that shopping center. Manuch's favorite shop, Joanne's, also is in this shopping center.
The specials they have on Thursday evenings are the best. So come on over here at the Hub for early dinner. Head over to Joanne's. Get all your electronics at Best Buy. Thursday night, Wednesday night, any night of the week, you are good to go.
Yep, that's correct. Here's we're going to talk some NBA right now, but I just saw this, Manuch. This will just make you freak out. So Wembanyama, right, with the San Antonio Spurs, getting ready to open up preseason, he has grown 2 inches. He is now 7'5". He started at 7'2". Now he went to 7'3". Now he is 7'5".
Is he weigh at least 200 pounds now?
It looks like it. Looks like he's put on some poundage.
You know, Wembanyama, can I say that the way he moves?
Yeah.
He moves like a 3.
Yeah.
He gets up and down the court.
Yeah.
I read an article on him, it was about a week ago before camp. They said he beat the weights up. He beat his diet up, ate a lot, ate right, a lot of protein shakes to get stronger. And matter of fact, they had hinted that he may still be growing. So now it's verified. He grew another 2 inches. So it goes to show you, you think about that kid as way as he moves, he'll get bigger, stronger, faster. How many more years, Jimmy B, you be in the NBA aficionado before he dominates at that position? You give him 2 more, 3 more?
I think after this year, I think you will start to see the dominance really start to take over. It will be his 3rd year in the league. He finally has some decent complementary players. Look, when Will Chamberlain came into the league, he dominated immediately with the gifts of basketball that he had. Wembanyama wasn't built like Wilt. Wembanyama weighed about $195. And so now this being his 3rd year, he's got his weight up. He's going to be listed officially apparently now at 7'5". And you made a great point. He moves like a 3.
Yeah, he does.
And I think that he has a true breakout season this year. And then next year, I think he will be maybe the most dominant player.
So if you're familiar with Go-Go Gadget, for those of you who grew up with Go-Go Gadget.
I did.
The voice of Don Adams.
Yes.
His arms could extend, I don't know, like a half a mile, that kind of thing.
Yeah, go.
Well, right now, if he's at 7'5",
yes,
his wingspan's got to be 10 feet, give or take.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I was in watching him, because we didn't watch San Antonio a lot last year, I'd catch him periodically, talking about his movement, his ability around the basket, but his shot blocking ability, pretty much, not that it goes unnoticed, but you come down the paint, and if he's down there, whether he's at the 4 or the 5, was truly amazing. But for him to block, rebound, get the ball out, or take the ball off the glass and dribble down to half court and kick it out, or take it all to the rack, I think we'll see more of that. But the one thing about Wembanyama, watching him and just going, wow, what an athlete he is. He moves his feet well for a big guy. He must have Bob Lanier type shoes. He might be 2022 type
He has
shoes.
To. He has to.
But I mean, he's for that San Antonio team. He's a 4-5 hybrid, or he could be a 3-4-5 hybrid. So I think the key is with Fox being there for the full year.
De'Aaron Fox.
How do you use him even more so? Where's his value at? Is it at the 3? Is it down low? Or will it depend on the matchups that he has in each and every game?
It's going to be a lot of fun to see how the Spurs fare in the Western Conference. Look, we all know in the NBA, the West is definitely best. And there are some really good teams. And nobody is talking about the defending champion, Oklahoma City Thunder, whatsoever. This is going to be fun.
I think, we were supposed to have Tim Kempton join us.
Yeah.
I think he's already gone to bed for the Friday morning tip-off against the Nets over China.
Manuch.
Yeah, but the opening game for you Suns fans that want to watch this on NBA TV, the tip-off on Friday is at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
So knowing TK, he's probably hitting the rack because it'll be tough for him to get up like at 3:30. They're going to call the game from here.
Yeah.
So they'll probably go down to 98.7. And I'm sure call the game there. It'll be on NBA TV. Then on Sunday, the tip-off for that game against the Nets, both these games against the Nets, is at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Why the hell even go to bed? Just stay up.
Just stay up.
Have a couple cups of coffee.
Yeah.
But, if you want to listen, you're going to listen. They're going to do the broadcast from here, I imagine, from from the mothership, 98.7. But the NBA TV will have those on. If you're up early on a Friday morning, Jimmy will be up going to the bathroom for the first time. He'll wake up at 5 a.m.
Never wake up. I never wake up, and there's only one 5 a.m. and one 4 a.m. to me, and that's p.m. I don't do anything in the a.m. a.m. to me, Manuch, begins around 9:30.
It was interesting.
That's my morning.
The 22-hour flight that they had, and they were talking to some of the guys, and with Grayson Allen, he was saying they had a team meeting because everybody was like, okay, 22-hour flight to go over to China to play. What will our body feel like? So they had the dietitian and the trainers talk to them about force yourself to stay up, when to sleep, when to eat. They had this bad boy all laid out. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So for a professional team to try to get the best out of your system, eat properly, and for them to have a calculator, an abacus, and a slide rule to figure out how you're going to sleep, how you're going to eat. And I think the thing was funny. He goes, they told us at these certain times, do not go to sleep if you're on a plane. For me, when I get on a plane, I usually nod off pretty quickly.
Do you really?
Because I'll be reading.
I can't sleep on
I'll kind of nod off.
No.
But the NBA, their trainers and their dietitians and the way that these guys go about, they don't miss a beat.
No.
In reference to that. And when you think about teams, whether it's Major League Baseball or basketball or the NFL, when the NFL kicks off over in London or Ireland or Germany, it's 6 o'clock here. You got to remember they're 8 hours ahead. So it's 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock kick there. Same thing. They kind of adjust their bodies. That's why they try to go over at least 3-4 days early to get adjusted.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Sure. Why
you
not?
really
You're talking.
You never really adjust.
No, you don't.
You never adjust.
No.
You kind of deal with it. You kind of get your nap, you get your diet, and then adrenaline kicks in to carry you through the game.
Look, I have no idea when you stated 22-hour flight. I don't care if I have a waterbed on the plane. After 4.5 hours, I'm out of there. Give me a parachute. I'm out. Flying, and as much flying as I did throughout my career, calling games. After I went New York to San Francisco, I am so ready to get off that plane after 4.5, 5 hours. Manuch, it drives me nuts. And I'm not a white knuckle guy. That doesn't bother me. It's just the duration. I would get up, walk up and down the aisle. I'd walk back to the back of the plane where the restrooms are, talk to some of the flight attendants, walk back up. I just go absolutely crazy because first off, I was always in trouble in grade school because I'm not a good person to sit.
They put you in the corner a lot,
Pretty
Jimmy?
much. I had the dunce cap
So
on a
now
lot.
we know that
I had it
issue.
on a lot. I'm just not a good sitting guy. That's just not my deal.
We had when we went to the playoff game in 1980, we were going to play the Chargers. We had a first-round bye.
Okay.
So we're going to go to San Diego. They hosted the second round. So we went down to Vero Beach to train.
Okay.
So we left Friday, went down to Vero Beach. We were there Saturday through, I want to say, Thursday. Flew to San Diego, got there Friday, and that game was on a Saturday, that playoff game. So it was nice to get down to Vero Beach.
Yeah.
You know, it's warm. We could practice like 70, 75 degrees. But that going from Vero Beach, which is just down the street from Fort Lauderdale,
right,
to San Diego was a 6-hour flight. To your point.
Yeah.
I was, we had a charter.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
we were walking up and down the aisles, you're stretching out. But we had two guys that were so fearful of flying. Isaiah Robertson, God rest his soul, and then Conrad Dolber, God rest his soul. Isaiah Robertson literally, before we took off, would break out in a cold sweat.
Wow.
Literally, he would get anxious, panic attack, all the
Yeah.
above.
Yeah.
So I think one of the guys gave him a shot of whiskey to calm him down.
You got to do
or whatever.
something. Yeah.
But going 6 hours and stretching out, and
Oh.
I went through the playbook. Our game plan must have been 5 times.
Wow.
I had a book. I was reading Joe Willie Namath, A Matter of Style, whatever
Okay.
it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's long.
Man, it's tough.
I mean, and then to stretch out. But the good thing was we got there. If we were playing Saturday, we got there Thursday.
Right.
Practiced. We had Friday to practice, stretch our legs out, and basically adjust the time difference. And at that time, it was 2-hour difference because the clocks changed in November, even back then. So we got there, and then we were ready to go. By the time we played, it was a 1:00 kick on a Saturday afternoon in San Diego at the old Jack Murphy. At the
Murph, yeah.
At the Murph. We had adjusted and become acclimated. This 22 hours, you practice. Well, right now it's tomorrow over there.
Yes, it is.
It's Thursday over in China right now.
Yeah.
But I think that the experience of the branding, the Phoenix Suns, the Nets, all the above, and I'm trying to think of the stars that are over there. Well, Devin Booker for the Suns. Trying to think if there's any star for the Brooklyn Nets. I've lost track for them. But I'll tell you another star. Steve Nash, being part of this staff, will be a star over there in China.
Yes, he
and
will.
being available to the media and the press, that they have a 2-time MVP over there with, I believe, I'm just going to assume, that he traveled because that's also good branding for this Phoenix Suns team as well.
I'm with you on that 100%. We don't know what happened to Timmy, but he might be.
He's already in bed for the Friday game.
He might be sleeping. At any rate, don't forget about our Saturday watch party. It's going to be at Backyard in Gilbert. That's right. The Sun Devils play against the Utes in Utah. Kickoff at 7:15. We will be there. Backyard in Gilbert. Dos Equis stepping up even bigger than usual. That means a lot of freebies are going to be flowing around. We have giveaways. We have it all. You need to join us. Sun Devil fans, come on out in Gilbert at Backyards. Kickoff again, 7:15. By the way, you might get a chance. Just get a chance. 25 people. Roll the dice for $10,000, Manuch. $10,000. You have a chance. We also have a big screen TV giveaway and so much more. It's Dos Equis. Backyard is where we will be in Gilbert. They are the official home for Sun Devil road games. When we come back, we'll do a little on this day and some NFL updates as well. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are here in Ahwatukee today at the Hub. You can find us at 50th Street and Ray Road. ESPN 620.
Looking for the center of activity? Welcome to the Hub Grill and Bar in Ahwatukee, where the community comes together for food, fun, and the big game. With wall-to-wall big screens, mouth-watering burgers, wings, and an incredible lineup of local and craft beers, the Hub is where every guest feels like a VIP. Find us at Ray Road and 50th Street in Ahwatukee. Open daily for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. The Hub Ahwatukee, your neighborhood center of activity.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a Quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters. And Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Ready! Hi, this is Chris with Ready Services, Air Conditioning and Plumbing. I've been with the company for going on 15 years. What you're going to get is not only get your problems fixed, but you're going to leave with peace of mind knowing that it's done right and done well by a qualified technician. Ready Services won't ever take advantage of any of our customers. Our goal is always to be the most accurate in diagnosing and providing top flight service for any service, air conditioning or plumbing.
ReadyServices.com. Ready! Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We roll until 4 o'clock this afternoon. We are here in Ahwatukee today at the Hub Bar and Grill, 50th Street and Ray Road. If you're on the 10, just take the Ray Road exit. 50th is the first street that you will come across. Turn left, and there we are. It's that simple. And we're broadcasting here until 4 this afternoon. Manuch, let's do a little On This Day. What do you got?
Well, speaking of the Indianapolis Colts, this day, 2017, Peyton Manning honored in Indianapolis. The Colts unveiled the statue of Peyton Manning outside Lucas Oil Stadium, celebrating his Hall of Fame career that included 2 MVPs, a Super Bowl title, and 11 playoff appearances in Indy. 1956, Jimmy, you might have broadcasted this bad boy.
Maybe, yeah.
Don Larson's perfect game.
Oh, I wish I would have.
Don Larson's perfect game going way back to 1956 in the World Series history, blanking for the Brooklyn Dodgers 2-0 in Game 5 of the Fall Classic. Still one of baseball's most legendary performances. You imagine a perfect game?
That was unbelievable. You can see the highlights of course, they're in black and white, but you can see some of the highlights of it, and it's unbelievable.
2010, Phillies Roy Halladay, no-hitter. Halladay pitched a no-hitter in his postseason debut against the Reds in the National League Division Series, only the second no-hitter of playoff history. There you go, Jimmy. A little On This Day on 2000.
All right, let's not waste any time because we are talking football, and Football at 50 is presented by Twin Peaks. This Thursday, it's the Eagles and the Giants for Thursday night football, and we will be at Twin Peaks in Tempe. That's where you can find us, right there in the marketplace, Tempe Marketplace. By the way, pint specials at all 5 locations, and all of the action available on the big screens at your local Twin Peaks Lounge. Mitch, what do you have?
Well, Kyler Murray held out of practice today. As a matter of fact, usually he speaks to the media on Wednesday, will not speak to the media today. I imagine they'll probably have him talk either tomorrow or Friday. Thank you, Connor, for that update. So he's pretty much, I guess it's the foot scenario or the situation. Going to have to rest on that. So Jacoby Brissett will be getting the majority of the reps, I can imagine. A lot of trades going on. The Chargers acquired edge rusher Odafe Owe from the Ravens in the trade that includes a draft pick swap and return of safety Aloha Gilman going to Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens, one of the top defenses in the league the last few years. Sounds like they're resolved to getting rid of some of their top players when you see a defense that's falling apart like the Ravens.
Manuch, they are lost in space defensively. They can't stop you or me.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see that. We also talked about the NFL fining Jonathan Gannon $100,000, basically on the sideline after dressing down DeMarcado during the sideline altercation, which also gave him a little love tap to the chest. It's also, we're talking about our It's Your Call question of the day. We're talking about you, the fans, and this is the State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question today. Should the Cardinals have fined Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for slapping Amari DeMarcado's chest on the sideline? Yes, can't put your hands on players. No, it undermines his authority as the head coach. So riddle me this, Pat.
Okay, brother.
So when you see, you see Jim Harbaugh on the sideline with his quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So puts his helmet on. He pops him like 4, 5, 6 times. Hits the top of the helmet.
Yeah, he does.
He pops him, bang, 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 bang. Hands are on.
But that's a ritual that they do prior to the game.
Oh, I thought the rule is anytime a coach puts hands on a player,
I see where you're going.
he was susceptible to a fine. Now, the only other fine that I could see that was administered by the league was Bruce Arians a few years ago when he hit his, I think it was a running back. Yeah. So he dressed him down, and he also slapped him across the top of the helmet, right?
Yep.
The league fined him.
Right.
This is the Arizona Cardinals that pretty much have fined Jonathan Gannon. So just go to at Roc and Manuch on X and vote.
But are you in agreement with me that maybe the league had a conversation with Bidwell, and Bidwell said, "Hey, let me fine him and not you guys"? I don't. Why would an owner fine his own coach?
I agree. I might have said it to support my coach and say, "Look, you can fine him.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna." So you basically want him. Hey, you're. It's kind of like you're the neighbor down the street, and you see little Billy throw that rock through that person's window. Hey, look, I can grab your son right now. If I'm that neighbor, I can grab him by the ear and walk him down to you. Or, you know what? Hey, I'm going to take him back to your house. Hey, Mr. Parent, you need to discipline your son versus disciplining him on the spot. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
There's that there. The only reason why I think this brings the attention is because of the little love tap hit him on the chest.
Agreed.
I get it. Well, you should never touch your players. Well, you look at what Jim Harbaugh does with his quarterback and pops him 3 or 4 times. Big guy, 6'6", 225. You're getting him ready for the game, right?
Yep.
I would just say, okay, what's so egregious about what happened? Now, I know it's a different tone. It's a different kind of situation.
Heat of the moment.
It's heat of the moment. Hey, speaking of trades, it didn't take long. So Joe Flacco getting traded to the Bengals.
Yeah.
What is this, the 3rd team in his division now?
He has played for
Ravens,
Baltimore, now Cincinnati, and also the
Cleveland.
the Browns. So, yes, the only team he hasn't played for in that division are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, well, guess what? He's starting. Yeah, he's going to start on Sunday. I mean, Joe Flacco is basically going to be starting, and it looks like they'll give him enough offense. This will be his 2nd start against the Green Bay Packers. I guess he knows that team pretty well.
I would think so.
Since he played them earlier in the year. Matter of fact, he beat the Green Bay Packers
13-10
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good omen to be starting one Joe Flacco. What is this? His 5th?
He's
16?
40. Yeah, he's about 6 or 7 teams now that he's played for. This goes back to, and you'll remember this, when the Rams were on Monday Night Football and they picked up Baker Mayfield in the deal.
Started 3 days later.
3 days later, he comes in. He didn't start. They started somebody else, and then they said, screw this. We're not doing anything. Baker, do what you do. He went in and then won the game.
I know this exactly well because Bryce Perkins was backing up that on the side of Bryce Perkins, former Chandler High School quarterback, went to ASU, then Virginia, been training him since 9th grade. Wolford was the guy that started.
Yes.
Because, Stafford was down, so he started, and then Baker got there Thursday. Thank God it was a Monday night game.
Yeah.
He crammed. So when Wolford wasn't getting it done, he went in and like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Took him down the field. And a matter of fact, he ran a 2-minute drill, end of the game drill, to get them in field goal territory to win that game. So that's just goes to show it can happen.
Yeah.
If you understand the vernacular. Okay, now, this is from the What file.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? So the Eagles stars Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts confirmed that they spoke with A.J. Brown early this week, but despite Philadelphia's recent offensive malaise, dismissed the notion that the meeting was contentious. You're the world champs. Okay, you had a bad game. So you got a high-maintenance receiver who's already pouty-faced over on the sideline, not getting the damn ball.
Yeah.
So they basically said, I'm just going to paraphrase.
Okay.
Barkley said the meeting, which took place Monday, was a good thing and emphasized it was not a traditional players-only meeting where all hell's breaking loose. You basically are going, nothing to see here. We just sat down. Let's stay focused, guys. And AJ, look, we're all good. We'll read the defense. So heads up. I know Sirianni's been down this road before. It'll all be good. But it just amazes me after 5 games that you have a little bit of a players meeting for one A.J. Brown. But when he's good, he's good. So throw him 5 balls for crying out loud.
Just throw me the damn ball. That's it.
It's our little football 50 right there, Jimmy.
There you go. I like it. Hey, listen, we're going to be here till 4 o'clock this afternoon. Detroit, by the way, has come back. They have tied the Seattle Mariners. It is 3-3 right now in the American League playoff series between Seattle and Detroit. Seattle can close out the Tigers if they win today. All right, coming up in our next hour, our campus quickies, and also we will have our big-time player of the week. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620 on the FM dial, 98.7 HD-2, always streaming on the Arizona Sports app.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson.
The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Annual Pro Football Pick'em Contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out today, the Hub Bar and Grill here in Ahwatukee. It is 50th Street and Ray Road. You can't miss it. It's a big place, and they've got the water tower outside, and it says The Hub. Yeah, that's where we are today. We'll be here until 4 o'clock. Bring your friends. They got wall-to-wall TVs. The menu is loaded with great food, and they have local beer favorites as well. It's The Hub, your neighborhood hangout for every occasion. All right, little college football, Manuch. ASU, I found it yesterday pretty interesting, and I know that you have done this in the past, being a QB, that they expect bad weather in Salt Lake City for the game against the Utah Utes and ASU. So yesterday during practice, head coach Kenny Dillingham is hosing down his starting quarterback, Sam Levin. Every time he would take the snap and then go to pass, he had the hose in his hand, and he'd hose him down.
I love it. I love it. You know what? That is a smart head coach for all you Sun Devil fans. To have a head coach that thinks about the little things, right?
Yeah.
Details. And if you're going to have inclement weather, a lot of rain, as far as throwing a wet ball is completely different. Matter of fact, I learned going to Manhattan, Kansas, as far as throwing a wet ball. In Buffalo, every Saturday in our walkthrough, we get the bucket of water out there, and we would dunk that ball in there, and we work on the center snap.
Okay.
So the biggest thing they're going to work on is a wet ball as far as the center snap, shotgun snap, a lot of drills where handoffs, throwing the ball, because it's completely different throwing that wet ball. And there's a way to throw the wet ball too. And never forget this. When Tyler Shuck, who was a quarterback at Hamilton High School, got a full ride scholarship to go to Oregon, backing up Justin Herbert. He called me halfway through his freshman year. He said, Coach, how do you throw a wet ball? So for those of us that grew up in Arizona, we never had any inclement weather.
No.
We never had any rain.
No.
We got sunshine 368 days a year, for crying out loud.
There's only 365.
Well, it seemed like 368. But I told him, I said, with the wet ball, you got to really, and you want to try to grab the laces as soon as you can.
Okay.
Because if you don't grab the laces, like a lot of these guys catch it, get it out, that ball's going to squirt out of your hand. So I told him you got to really stay on top of the ball with your motion, get the laces, make sure you stay on top and stay with the ball longer, which means as you're releasing it, over-articulate your pronation. Did you get that right there, Jimmy?
That's a big word for
I know
our
it
listeners.
is.
Yeah.
Over-articulate throwing the ball so you have control of the football. And you almost have to slow your release down a little bit.
Okay.
So I said, try that, because Oregon was going to have bad weather. They were going to take on, I think, Washington that week. And he was a backup quarterback to Justin Herbert, right? So he calls me back the following night because they had a huge wet ball drill. They did all that stuff. He says, Coach, he goes, thanks for the advice. He said, I was throwing it Justin Herbert already knows how to do it.
All right.
So a kid from Arizona,
yeah,
understanding how to do it. So my point in case is that is great that Kenny is aware of it. So it's not just all of a sudden you get blindsided with all this rain and all this weather. Now, the other thing is, if you can do it, and I want to say it's turf they have at Utah. I'm not quite sure. Connor, do you know if Utah has turf or natural grass up there?
Yeah, I think it's a turf field.
Is it turf?
It is a turf field.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was watching the Texas Tech game. Yeah, it was turf.
Okay, because I couldn't tell. Is even though it's turf, when you move or run laterally or try to take off, you got to tell yourself gear down. So when you make cuts, you got to go basically run in third gear until you go straight ahead. Then you can open it up. But when you're going laterally or you're trying to get to the hole, make a cut here and there, it's hard to do. But the running backs coach, which is Sean Ahwatukee, will remind his players, because they do pretty good on wet fields at being ASU's running back. He'll say, look, let's gear it down a step. Just set up fourth gear, go third gear, and then when you get to the next level, obviously you open it up. So again, it's pitch outs, it's throws, it's your footing, and just making sure that when you go out there pregame, you'll make some cuts. See what I call it your limit on the way you can cut if it's going to be a very wet field. But that field should absorb and should drain pretty good.
Okay, so it is ASU and the Utes. It is a 7:15 nighttime kick, 8:15 if you're headed to Salt Lake City there. They always sell out. It's a raucous crowd, but you would think that ASU would have the advantage in this game, with their offensive attack that they have in Sam Levitt and running the football as well. But the key, I think, in this game, Manuch, is going to be the defense. And can you contain the offense of Utah?
Well, Devin Dampier, the quarterback for Utah,
he's pretty good.
He might have a little chip on his shoulder. Now, wait a second. He might have a boulder on his shoulder coming out of Saguaro High School. Now, they kind of sort of recruited him. Kind of sort of.
What do you mean kind of sort of?
Well, he was coming out. I don't believe they offered him a scholarship because he went to New Mexico.
Okay.
And I don't think he's happy about that. He was probably the best dual threat quarterback coming out his senior year. Now, that's been, 3 years ago. So he went to New Mexico, did very well, and now it's his first year at Utah. So he's got probably a little bone to pick, some motivation coming out of Saguaro. And, hey, you got to trust ASU's recruiting. But Kenny Dillingham is I'm sure he's sitting there going, how did we miss on this guy? Why weren't we all over this guy? So I think there's some motivation there. But to your point, ASU cannot get down, 14-7, 16-3, whatever. They can't get down on this Utah team. And the biggest formula for playing a very good team, that being Utah, is to go in their house, the first 3 or 4 opening drives that you have, those first 3 or 4 drives, you've got to take the crowd out. You got to establish your running game. You got to be more physical, because Utah has always been a very big, huge, physically aggressive team that comes at you and will punch them out early on. So you got to beat them to the punch. I think that's got to be the way ASU's got to get after this Utah team, and you cannot get down. This is a very good team. Now, Texas Tech went in there and took care of business. They got all over Devin Dampier. They sacked him. They didn't allow him to get outside the pocket.
That's right.
And make big plays. So, and I'm sure defensive coordinator Coach Baker has looked at that tape and went, mush rush, don't allow him to get to the outside.
Use a spy once in a while.
Use a spy, contain him, because Devin Dampier is going to be, I truly believe, the bell cow to the offense of Utah. They're going to get big plays. Don't give them chunk plays.
Okay.
Don't give them that home run ball. Make them earn it, but don't give Devin Dampier with his legs and his arm. And I watched this young man for 3 years at Saguaro High School do what he did. Phenomenal athlete, throws extremely good ball, and he's strong, believe it or not. So I think that's going to be the formula, is your defense is going to have to really shut him down, shut their running game down, and I think your defensive line putting a good pressure on him would need to be a formula to beat Utah on the road at Utah.
One football note here before we get to our next timeout. The head coach for Colorado, Deion Sanders. Yesterday online, there were pictures of Deion after he had surgery again on his leg and feet for apparent blood clots. Manuch, I got up today. I'm kind of snooping around a little bit. Guess who I see? Deion Sanders out on the field with his team today.
Yeah, he's not going to let anything slow him down.
No.
And when you get those blood clots, it's extremely dangerous. So fortunately, they caught him. Matter of fact, they saw his shoe. It's amazing who people pick up stuff, because his left shoe or right shoe, whatever it was untied because it started to swell up on him.
Yeah.
And so he goes in for the surgery. So, you hope to see Deion back. He's good for that Colorado program.
He is.
Matter of fact, there was another article on Colorado, and when it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah.
They're like, how the heck is Colorado getting all this money for the NIL? Well, folks, you got to realize they're in the heart of oil country.
They are.
They got a lot of oil money there. There's a lot of money, and the alumni they have are huge. So that money is coming in from Colorado, and they're using it to their benefit. Now, the key is the other thing we talk about records this week. So you look at the Big 12. So the Sun Devils are going to have to keep up with the Joneses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you basically got Texas Tech, you got BYU,
Yep.
Tech, ASU, and Cincinnati all undefeated in the Big 12, right? And you got ASU, who's basically, when you look at the Sun Devils, they've won 3 in a row. Tech's won 5 in a row, and so has BYU.
Yes.
So, and you look at the gauntlet for ASU. It's ASU, you got then BYU, then Houston, and then Iowa State.
Utah for
I'm sorry.
ASU.
Well, you got Utah this week. Then Utah, then Houston.
And then Iowa State.
And then you've got, so the gauntlet for this Sun Devil team is now. And the bye week could not have come at a better time for this Sun Devil team. And I think those are some of the things when you look at this team, that's what you're going to have to. So you got Utah, Tech, Houston, Iowa State, and West Virginia is not going to be a pushover. One game at a time, but you got to be aware that there's 3 other teams in front of you. Could be 4 if somebody knocks off, but Iowa State's also in that hunt.
There you go. Hey, Cardinals offense, we know how it bogged down in the second half on the game on Sunday. Did they not score a point in the second half? We're going to get into that. My esteemed colleague might lose his mind because they didn't score any points in the second half. That is coming up next. We are broadcasting live today here in Ahwatukee at the Grill, at the Hub Grill and Bar, and we will be here until 4 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge, dive in and drink up. Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona. Proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky 6-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Forgot something inside or picking up food from the store? Never leave a child in a car. In Arizona, heat stroke can happen in seconds. Temperatures can rise 20 degrees in just 10 minutes, making a vehicle dangerously hot. Heat stroke can happen even in the shade or when it's below 60 degrees outside. Once you park, always remember to stop, look, and lock. Visit heatstroke.az.gov to learn more. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
And it's play action. A boot to the right. Murray looking downfield. Now hoists it deep, far side, and it is underthrown. But it's caught anyway by Harrison. All right, thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight there of Marvin Harrison Jr. and a catch. We saw it in the first half of the game Sunday. Got nothing in the second half. Manuch is highly disappointed with the way things played out in that second half and the loss. So we have some Jonathan Gannon sound clips that we will play for you right now. And the reason we played the Marvin Harrison catch is because this is what Gannon had to say about how Marvin Harrison Jr. has been improving throughout the season.
Excellent. Yeah, he's doing well. Got to continue to get him the ball. He's going to impact the game. I really liked his week of practice thing, the things that he was working on, because coming from week 3 to week 4, we really didn't get to practice. So really last week is kind of first week of practice there. Some things that we adjusted a little bit, things that he was cognizant, and I think it showed up in the game. So I think it's a stepping stone for him, and look forward to him playing well on Sunday.
Yeah, and I think the confidence between he and Kyler Murray is starting to grow as well, too. I mean, that's one of those 50-50 balls that he went and got, right?
Yes, that was against Tennessee.
Right. He's going right to his right side, being Kyler Murray, rolls out to his right, throws this ball, lit it out there about 50 yards in the air, double coverage. Now, number one, why are you throwing the ball? Oh, I guess I've got Marv Jr. to go up and get a 50-50 ball, which I don't have any problem with that. Because at that point, if they intercept it, it's as good as a punt. But what he did is he went and fought for that ball. High point the football,
right?
Get it, fight for it, because those defensive backs in the NFL have got strong hands, and they're just strong all the way around. So that was one of the keys there. I think you're seeing that confidence grow with this combination. A lot of back shoulder throws coming across the middle. So I think Marv now realizes, after a little wake-up call the first couple of weeks, that he's got to go get those footballs.
All right, here's Gannon then continuing talking about Marv Jr., about getting him the football.
A lot, they got to say too. So they can choose to defend you. Obviously the quarterback, the protection, the concept, Marv specifically, who's he going against, what they're doing. So a lot goes into that. You see that all around the league when we watch all the crossover tape, and we're watching Shane, Indy this week. There you can see where he's trying to hit some plays to certain guys, and there's reasons why the ball doesn't go there. That happens. That's football. So just got to continue to be creative, and all 11 have to do a good job for any play to work.
All right, that's the head coach, Jonathan Gannon. Once again, they have a road game at Indianapolis this coming weekend.
I'm going to sit tight and let you set this clip up.
Are you real? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to let you
before you explode?
Yeah, go ahead. You just set this bad boy up, because I've been thinking about this for 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so also yesterday, the offensive coordinator, Drew Pensing, met the media, and this was his response when he was asked the question on why Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't get as many touches and chances to catch passes in the second half.
A number of different things. Certain things they did in coverage, certain ways the game came up from a scheme standpoint, but I got to get him the ball. That's certainly on my mind.
You think in the second half, this kid's having a hell of a first half.
Yep.
He's feeling it. He's hot. He's doing his thing. And where do you see the ball? 2 targets in the second half? I mean, could have had a V8, right? I mean, I just sit there and I hear this. Well, we got to get him the damn ball. I mean, you got a guy that's having a good day, he's feeling it, and he brought down a couple 50-50s in reference to that. And I think those are some of the things that Drew Petzing's got to realize. Let me give you an example. So I'm watching some highlights. They're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Talking about their reign with the Three Amigos. So you have Troy Aikman goes down. I forget what game it was. Steve Beuerlein was his backup quarterback. So Michael Irvin, the veteran that he is, the confident, he's the bell cow, right, for that team?
Yep.
He got in the huddle. I think the first throw went to Jason. I might have been, was it Mason? Who was his tight end there at the time? Anyways, he goes to him.
Was it Jason Witten?
It might have been Witten, yeah. So he comes back, and he looked at Beuerlein and says, look, just throw me the ball every play. I don't care what the pass play is. You throw me the ball. So it showed the sequence. 4 or 5 passes in a row, slant, hook, out. Beuerlein would look the safety off and come right to him. So I would say Marv can just have the cojones and pelotas to say, Coach, hey, Drew, throw me the ball. I've got these guys. I'm feeling it right now. So he's got to make it as, how would I put this? He's got to make a concerted effort in the second half when you're struggling with your offense just to get him the ball. Call him a play. Designate a play for him to get him the ball.
All right, well, let me stop you right there because earlier in the show and even yesterday, Drew Petzing, during the course of his interview conversations, indicated, well, we don't have checks for certain plays. So, Manuch, if he gets the play, meaning Kyler Murray gets the play, and there's no check for it, he's stuck. He is stuck. It's incredible to me. I went off on it yesterday. I'm not going to do it today. You heard me enough yesterday. Every play should have the option of the quarterback, especially a guy who is in his 7th year. He's a smart guy. He knows football. He should have the ability to make checks. Okay, more of Petzing right now. And this is what I was just getting into about trying to get the ball and be the primary target, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I felt that way during the game. Going back and looking at it, I think there's maybe a couple things I could have done differently here and there, and you're always going to feel that way when you come out of a game. But, he had 5 for, I think, 98 yards and almost a touchdown. So I feel like he had an impact on the game. I, wanted to get him the ball more there towards the end and needed to.
Hey, Drew. Drew, Petzing. Can I speak with you for a minute? Can I come in, Coach? Not how you start in the National Football League. It's how you finish. It is how you finish the National Football League. Why do you always never see an NFL head coach, whether they win or lose, to say, man, did we start great? Man, he had 5 catches in that first half. He was on a roll. But how did it end? How did they finish in reference to everything going on in that game? Nobody wants to hear how it started. They want to hear what the heck happened in reference to getting him the ball on a consistent basis, especially when the guy's feeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked good. He was catching the ball, getting out of bounds, high point the ball, 50-50 ball, that's mine. So those are some of the things that you look at as how you finish the game, and that's why this team is having a very difficult time about this. You talked about the checkouts, Rob.
Yes.
Okay, so I heard this yesterday. So, Con, let's play this last one about the 3rd and 8 play in reference to having to check out or not check out.
There are times where he has checks. He did not have one there.
Why not?
Just the play that came in did not have a check on.
What percentage of the plays does he not have a check on?
I mean, that would be very different from game to game.
I loved how the reporter followed up. Whoever that reporter was, why do you not have a checkoff, Coach? Every play you have, pass play, run play, needs to have a checkoff or you audible out of.
Yes.
You have to have that. Why did that certain play, 3rd and 8, not have a checkoff? You're going into the wide side of the field, not the short side. It's a stretch play. Basically, in a stretch play, if you get out there and these linebackers shoot the gaps, you're going to either go for a loss or not get the 3rd down. Okay, we all disagree. I think he even disagreed. He and Jonathan Gannon disagreed that, hey, look, probably not the best play call. Okay. Allow your franchise, wait a second, allow your air quotes, franchise quarterback to check out of that and go, that's not going to work. I can almost tell your left tackle, right guard, we're probably figuring this is not going to work. So you use up, 7-8 seconds. Well, we want to use up clock. So what? The clock's going to stop anyway at the 2-minute mark. Doesn't make any difference. That is inexcusable, Drew Petzing, inexcusable for an NFL team not to have a checkup. Now, if you have split right, all go, maximum protect, okay, the point there is you're going to drop back, give your quarterback protection, and just throw the ball deep. You get it. It's just a shot play, right, Jimmy?
Right, yep.
That, to me, is a big red flag. If your offensive coordinator who struggled calling plays, aside from the touchdown that got called back, and aside from the missed throw, to give him credit, the missed throw down the seam to Trey McBride was wide open, and Kyler missed him. Got to hit those. Got to hit those franchise quarterback. Got to hit them. For you not to have a checkoff, get you out of a bad play, you get a first down there, at least give yourself a chance to put the ball in your franchise supposed quarterback's hands, have him make a play and get a first down. That, to me, when I heard that yesterday, Jimmy B, I talk about Lori's, I'm in my office. She's like, you okay back there? It's about the roof about dang near blew it off when I heard that. That is inexcusable, folks, for a National Football League play to not have an audible, or either that. Sometimes you have within the play, like a pass play. If I can't audible on my second or third step, you have adjustments within the route to get the ball where receivers go, all right, they're blitzing. I got to run a side adjust, or I got to run a fake. You see what I'm saying? Or he's got to run a hot route so I can get the ball out. So there are lines. I hear that. There's some issues with this offense when I hear that.
This portion of the program presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. We are live there every Monday at Biggs in Peoria. It's right in P83 at 83rd Avenue and Bell Road. Obviously, the show is there from 1 to 4. And then we stick around for Monday Night Football, and fans get a chance to roll the jumbo dice, a chance to win $10,000. Thanks to the folks that were there last Monday. The place was jumping. It was packed. Manuch, I'm surprised that you even survived that place. They were after you. Coming up this Monday, the Bears and the Commanders. It's a great game. We will see you Monday at Biggs in Peoria. When we come back, wild weekend for Arizona College football. ASU's Jordan Tyson hauls in a dramatic game-tying touchdown. Arizona's QB, Noah Fafita, delivers a clutch strike TV, and NAU falls for their loss in Flagstaff. We've got you covered, all three schools. Campus Quickies, it's coming up next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. First, however, here's Laz with our ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. We start on the diamond where Game 4 of the ALDS between the Seattle Mariners and Detroit Tigers is underway. Seattle entered the day leading the series 2-1 and looking to punch its ticket to the ALCS, but it looks like we could be heading to a winner-take-all Game 5 as the Tigers are currently leading 7-3. Following that, the Blue Jays will have another shot to close out the Yankees, and to wrap up the night, the Dodgers look to complete an impressive 3-game sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies. Over in the NFL, Kyler Murray did not practice today as the Cardinals prepare for their Week 6 matchup with the red-hot Indianapolis Colts. Murray's dealing with a foot injury from Sunday, but he did return to finish that game. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is powered by the Hub Grill and Bar in Ahwatukee, your neighborhood center of activity at Ray Road and 50th Street. Wall-to-wall big screens, burgers, wings, and local craft beers. The Hub is where every fan feels like a VIP.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencia's.com.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas,
is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
When driving in Arizona, move over or slow down for any flashing lights. Move over for tow truck drivers, highway crews, and emergency responders. Move over for any vehicle with its hazards flashing. Because at 65 miles per hour, a vehicle travels over 95 feet in 1 second. 1 second that could change everything. When you move over for anyone, you're not just doing it for them, you're doing it for their families. Their lives are flashing before your eyes. Move over, Arizona. Every vehicle, every time. It's the law. Please visit moveoveraz.org. This message is brought to you by ADOT and this station.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info. Exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out today. Hub Bar and Grill. There's a great crowd on hand. Everybody's watching the Major League Baseball playoffs. Detroit right now in front of Seattle, 8-3. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers are tied at 1 right now early in this game, and the Cubs have runners on base. We will update you throughout the show. Time now for our Campus Quickies. Let's go to ASU.
Levitt gets the snap. Levitt looks. Levitt throws for the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Caught by Jordan Tyson at the back of the end zone with 1:50 left to go in regulation.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Hod Rabino is our guest. You can find him at Devil's Digest and on X at Devil's Digest. Hod, welcome, pal. Let us begin with what's going to take place in Utah. Everybody now thinking that there could be some bad weather there. If there is, they might even have to stop the game from time to time. But yesterday I saw Kenny Dillingham throwing water all over his quarterback, Sam Levitt, while he was taking snaps and passing the football, trying to get him ready for an inclement weather game. I thought it was amazing.
Didn't you have hose patrol yesterday, Hode?
Yeah.
Wasn't that you spraying him down?
Yeah, I'm too old for that crap. Come on, guys. Yeah. I mean, I think that you can't just go into a game like that and not practice wet footballs, not practice silent count because of the crowd noise that's going to be there. You really need to protect. You really need to prepare for all the elements possible. Sam Levitt said, and rightfully so, that he grew up in Oregon. He played in plenty rainy games over there in the Great Northwest. So hopefully this should not be really an adjustment for him. But nonetheless, it definitely is not going to be classic football weather in terms of what's going to take place with the rains, possibly the lightning, which, like you said, could definitely create a scenario where the game is delayed, the game is stopped and resumed later on. So we'll see what happens. But props for the coaches for really making sure that the team is prepared for everything and anything on Saturday night.
Hod, what was the mantra for the bye week? I know they've been reported there was a lot of rest. Key phrase: rest, rest, rest. But beyond that, as far as practicing, getting ready for this Utah game, what were the marching orders per se over there at Sun Devil?
Well, I just think on offense, obviously, really improving the red zone offense and the short yardage situations. Even though ASU does not have a bad record by any means at 4-1, those are still areas that really have been a thorn in their side, even during victory. So they definitely wanted to improve that. As you guys may already know, redshirt freshman Wade Helton, who actually played 72 snaps at left guard against TCU, is now going to be, unless something unexpected happens, the starting center on Saturday night, moving Ben Coleman back to left guard, because the coaches feel that ultimately that is their best combination of the front five. And the offensive line has really been hot and cold throughout the first 5 games. Obviously, one heck of a test against a very good front seven for Utah, but the ASU is hoping that this new combination of at offensive line is really going to be the solution to some of the issues that they experienced the first 5 weeks.
And I can only imagine that Coach Dillingham and his staff emphasize with their team, you cannot get behind with a team like Utah and expect to come back every week and pull these out.
No, absolutely. Kenny Dillingham said flat out that slow starts are something that maybe they somewhat got away with until now, but that cannot happen against Utah. If you're looking a week ahead, that cannot happen against Texas Tech at home. So I think just having a faster start, having more of a sense of urgency is something that also is emphasized, through the bye week. I know also on defense, preventing those explosive touchdowns or explosive plays in general is something that the defense was working on. We'll see how it all comes out to fruition on Saturday. To me, guys, this is definitely a crossroad game for Arizona State. Having Utah on the road, having Texas Tech the next week. These next 2 contests are definitely going to tell us, okay, is ASU in position to defend their Big 12 championship or not? Because you're playing against 2 teams that might be there into the very last week in terms of being in contention for that Big 12 championship game in Dallas.
He is Hod Rabino. You can always follow him online on X at Devil's Digest. That's at Devil's Digest. Hod, have a great day, everybody. Hod.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you later. Let's go now to Tucson.
Fafita with protection. Here they come. Hot off his blind side. Dodging traffic. How did Fafita get away? Now flings it. Alone in the middle. Caught. And this could go the distance. Unbelievable. Luke Weissong, 47 yards from Fafita the Magician.
Thank you to Big 12 Studios for the highlight of that 47-yard touchdown pass. Noah Fafita. I think he threw for 622 yards against Oklahoma State. That means
give or take.
That means Glenn Howell is our guest. You can hear him. He is the pregame, the halftime and postgame show host, and you can follow him on X at Glenn P. Howell. That's at Glenn P. Howell. All right, Glenn, so they put on a show against the bottom feeder in the Big 12, but it was a great comeback after what happened against Iowa State. First off, will that carry over into the next game, that good feeling of everything that U of A was able to accomplish on the field?
Yeah, well, guys, thanks a lot first for having me on. Once again, I just think that our guys are ready to have a complete game. We just have not had a complete game where all 3 phases of the game were just really good. I think we're due for one, and playing against BYU, which is a tough opponent. I think we can put one together and have one on Saturday, this Saturday with the BYU Cougars.
Glenn, I thought it was a urgently under control, clean game, good game, as Jimmy alluded to. Really, I mean, you call those get-well games, right? But I thought the way that they handled it, 5 touchdown passes by Fafita, the running game, the defense, you guys very mature in just taking care of business in a game where you knew you could blow the doors off of a very bad team.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do against those teams. You can't play at their level. You got to be able to crush them. You got to put the foot on the throat, man. You really have to do that. And in this game, what we really have to do is we have to be able to, against BYU, is we have to be able to run the football. We're expecting a lot of rain here coming down here on Saturday. There's like a 65% chance of rain. So we're going to have some pretty heavy rain. It's supposed to be like 2 to 3 inches of rain that's coming here. So we're going to have to run the football. And then we're going to, on the other side, BYU, they're just going to try to run it down your throat. So we got to stop the run. We got to really have a good test for our good defense this Saturday.
And Glenn, when you talk about BYU, they're just not the Flying Walinda brothers anymore. They can run it. They can pound it. Yeah. They're front 7 on defense. They are very a physical team. They're not the old, Coach Lavelle team where you threw the ball 55 times a game.
Yeah, we're really going to have to bear down on Bear. Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to have to really bear down on him. I think if he runs, we got to really bang him up. I think that's real important that we bang him up when he attempts to run, because he does run a lot. He's running a lot. He's trying to throw the ball all over the field. And you know what? Our defense is a physical defense now, Dan. I really believe, watching our film of how we play now, we play very, very physical. So I think we can match that with that older defense. They got guys that are uncles and grandpas on that team. So we got to be the baby boys going in there and just roughing them up. And I think we can handle that physicality.
I'm just real curious how much that storm is really going to impact the game, Glenn. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that can change everything.
That can change a lot of things. That's where I think it's going to be really rainy. If it's going to rain, they're expecting a lot of rain around 6 o'clock. So that's right, before the game. The game's starting at 5, and then, you have that rain. You're just going to really have to control the ball. It's going to be a game of turnovers too. I think, we're the team that goes out and gets the turnovers. We just cannot commit them. When it starts getting wet, we're going to see who has the ball security. And that's what I think it's going to come down to. And also, I think this game, as Vegas is saying, this is going to be a close game. We're a 1.5 dog on this game. Yeah. So Vegas knows something about this, what's going on. Okay.
Always great. Go ahead.
It's they know something. So I think that we're in this. It's going to be a dogfight.
Okay. Well, we'll be watching. You know that. Thank you, brother. Have a good time on Saturday. Don't drown, okay?
I won't. I'll have my rain gear ready to go. Bear down, fellas.
There you go. That's Glenn Howell, everybody. U of A, the pre-show, halftime show, and post-game show host. You can follow him on X at Glenn P. Howell. All right, let's head to the mountain right now.
In the pistol, Cromwell behind Pennington. In motion to the near side. Handoff. Cromwell sliding his way into the right side of the line. Touchdown, Lumberjacks.
The melodious tones of one Mitch Sherman, longtime play-by-play voice of the Jacks. You can follow him on X at Mitch Strohman. Mitch, welcome, pal, as always. So what happened? You guys got on the board, and then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose against Montana State.
Oh gosh, Jimmy G, that's exactly what happened. All hell broke loose, and it broke loose in less than 2 minutes of football playing time. You know, we were looking at a situation there where we're up 7-0. We're really playing good, coming out of the gate with some fire against the number 5 team in the country in Montana State, and we get into Montana State territory offensively, 2nd and a yard. 2 penalties. Now it's 2nd and long. We don't convert. We punt, a 90-plus yard punt return for a touchdown. Then they get the ball back just immediately right after that, and another 70-yard touchdown bomb pass, and it was on for them. We never could recover from those back-to-back big plays. They call them explosive plays for a reason. They were very explosive in the Sky Dome, and we just couldn't recover from that, guys. It just kind of like the axle fell off, and then the differential and the transmission engine fell down. You know, we're sitting there on 4 hubcaps and wondering what the hell just hit us, and it was a bunch of pretty darn good Bobcats.
You know, another thing too, Mitch, just watching that, Tim, I call that was a freight train going downhill with the WD-40 on the tracks, right? They were just nonstop. I look at that. I watched a lot of that game in reference to they still are very physical. They've gotten faster, that program. They've got big dudes. They throw the ball, but the balance to have close to 200 yards rushing and to match that with the offense. I don't know if it's just one of those days for your defense or that team has gotten deep into the NIL like no other Big Sky team.
I think yes and yes. I don't think it's unfair to say your analysis on both of those possibilities is reality, right? And you know, it's interesting, Manuch, you say you watched the game. I know you were, watching, keeping an eye on because it's such a big football game in Flagstaff. Yes. It was an interesting comment that Coach Wright made going into the locker room at halftime. And he said, I wonder if we almost made this game bigger than we should have. And that's a mental question, right? That doesn't have to do with schematics and X's and O's and play sequencing and those type of things. That's a question of, was the team, up for it and understood the moment and how to regulate themselves emotionally in that game? Because we came out of the opening kickoff and handled our business really well. In fact, it was like, okay, we're up 7-0. We forced them to punt a couple of times. We seem to be ready to play this game. But then you give up those back-to-back plays, like you said, and that freight train is going down the hill on WD-40. Yeah. And it's like, can you respond mentally? And in this case, no, they didn't. And that's something that they're working on this week in a huge way, starting with practice yesterday. It was really interesting watching them out there practicing yesterday outside. And, the messaging that the coaches were trying to deliver to the guys was like, you got to be able to play within yourselves. And when you get a kick in the teeth like that, you got to be able to take a step back and say, okay, that hurt. Now watch my kick because I'm coming for your teeth. And that's a mental part of the game that I think you're kind of alluding to in that.
Mitch, it's always good, pal. When you're on the show, you always make it better. Thank you. Have a good call this weekend.
Easy to go with you guys. Appreciate it. No rain where we're going up at number 7 UC Davis. So Glenn's going to have to paddle out, but we'll be dry as a bone up there in Central California. Go Jacks.
There you go. That's Mitch Strohman, everybody. Once again, you can find him on X at Mitch Strohman. Campus Quickies presented to you by All City Towing. It's Arizona's largest towing company where your career can really take off. Look, they're hiring. They pay well, and they have exceptional benefits. I'll give you just a couple. A 401k match, company match. Most companies don't match anymore. All City Towing does, and you get steady work schedules. Once again, it's All City Towing. And to check it out, just go online, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com, search careers. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Coming up, it's Big's Big Time Player of the Week. It'll be Julian Sayin, the Ohio State quarterback who lit up Minnesota. Woo! It was wild. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
All month long, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with vanilla ice cream and a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Looking for the center of activity? Welcome to the Hub Grill and Bar in Ahwatukee, where the community comes together for food, fun, and the big game. With wall-to-wall big screens, mouth-watering burgers, wings, and an incredible lineup of local and craft beers, the Hub is where every guest feels like a VIP. Find us at Ray Road and 50th Street in Ahwatukee. Open daily for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. The Hub Ahwatukee, your neighborhood center of activity.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, we're back as we roll all the way until 4 o'clock today. Time now for the Biggs Big Time Player of the Week. It's always presented by Biggs America Bar and Grill. And this week, the honor goes to Julian Sayin. He's the quarterback for Ohio State. He was absolutely spectacular as the Buckeyes destroyed the Minnesota Gophers 42-3. Sayin went 23 of 27, 326 yards. Here's one of his big-time plays right now.
Fleck gets aggressive. Now let's see if the Buckeyes capitalize. Fake the reverse. Sayin, load it, wide open. Timeout tape, 44-yard touchdown. One play, a major strike for the Buckeyes.
Thank you to NBC for that highlight. I love his name, Julian Sayin. I'm just saying, I'm throwing a touchdown, Manuch.
Absolutely, and he is our big-time player of the week, sponsored by Biggs American Bar and Grill in Biggs, Peoria. We're live there for Monday at Biggs in Peoria, right in the P83 at 83rd Avenue and Bell Road. You can't miss us. Join us from 1 to 4 to stick around for Monday Night Football, plus your chance to roll the jumbo die for $10,000. This Monday, the Commanders will host the Bears.
All right, so you hung out there last Monday. It was nuts. I mean, people are going crazy for the dice roll. You got to really like that.
Well, we get 20 names.
20 names.
And we've come close. We've had one person, because if you spell out winner, you get $10,000.
Okay.
If you spell out Biggs, you get 6 of a kind. You get a 70-inch TV.
Wow.
Big screen TV.
Okay.
If you get 6 of a kind anytime, you get a $100 gift card. 5 of a kind, you get that $25 gift card. So you're going to win, hopefully, one way or the other. So we always have that going on there at Biggs out there at 83rd Avenue and Bell Road.
All right, let's don't waste any time. Let's do a little football at 50, Manuch. What do you got?
All right, give me a little music back there, Connor, if you would. Well, Stanford received a $50 million gift from former player Bradford M. Freeman. It's a major boost as GM and as general manager. Yeah, they got general managers now. Andrew Luck's rebuilding efforts, and they need a lot of help.
They do.
And as far as AD John Donahoe's tenure, the school will honor Freeman by naming a stadium tunnel and gate after him and his searches for the permanent head coach. That's all you get is a tunnel for $50 million bucks? Don't you get like
a stadium?
Like a stadium, $50 million bucks? I mean,
a tunnel.
I mean, the KU donor, what did he donate? $300 million.
$300 million.
They named the damn stadium after him. This came in yesterday that the new college football portal, the new window, which was agreed upon by the NCAA, will go from January 2nd to the 16th.
Yep.
That'll start in 2026. So the CFP finalists are getting an extra 5 days. So if you're in the playoff, get an extra 5 days. So then the new rules are granting a 15-day window after head coaching change as well, too. So there'll be some grace if you go to the NCAAs, then the playoffs, and also if you get a coaching change on top of that. So those are some of the things when you take a good look at, you get a little bit of a grace, but hallelujah.
Yeah.
The NCAA has agreed that the new portal, the time is going to be one time for the year, January 2nd through the 16th, starting next year.
Got to like that.
You definitely got to like that. This is going to be very interesting. NCAA Division I Administrative Committee this morning adopted a proposal to allow student athletes and athletic department staff to bet on professional sports, a shift in the long-time held policy that they would never allow their athletes to bet on any, whether it be college or professional. So Divisions 2 and 3 are expected to consider the proposal in their respective meetings as well at the end of October. Now, athletes and athletic staff have been prohibited, as I mentioned, from betting on any sport, professional or collegiate, that was sponsored by NCAA. So basically, betting on college sports will remain off limits if there's any NCAA sponsorship. But folks, Pandora's box, I hope it didn't open. They're going to allow college athletes to bet on professional games and not college games.
Unbelievable. Here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. There's no question. Coming up, hour number 3, we're going to hang out still here at the Hub Bar and Grill here in Ahwatukee, Ray Road and 50th. Manuch's Clipboard, plus former Cardinals defensive tackle Michael Bankston will join us as a guest at 3:30. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to Base, Utah, Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
Summer's here, and so are friends, family, and fun. But emergencies don't take a vacation. That's why having naloxone in your home first aid kit matters. Naloxone can reverse an opioid overdose fast. It's safe, easy to use, and it could save a life while you wait for help to arrive. This summer, be ready. Add naloxone to your home first aid kit because seconds matter. And so do the people you love. Learn more at naloxoneaz.org. That's naloxoneaz.org.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock. Hanging out today in Ahwatukee at the Hub Bar and Grill. It is located 50th Street and Ray Road. Can't miss it. Big water tower, and it says The Hub on it. So, normally at this time, we were going to have the general manager on, Chris Lewis, to talk to us today. But he's chicken. So he sent us a guy who knew he could handle the pressure. And that is Steven, who is our guest right now. He's on the floor. He's behind the bar. He wears a baseball cap. He's a Cubs fan as well. And so he joins us right now. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Let's Steve, hold on. Before you start.
Yeah.
Where is that Jimmy's seat over there with the booster chair? Where he and Kim come in here and hang out?
Yeah, that's what and it's reserved. So with the boosters, so it's built in at this point.
You cut them off after 3 Shirley Temples? Is that when you cut them off?
Dirty Shirley and 2 Shirley Temples.
Is that a new drink? Is that Dirty Shirley?
Dirty Shirley, a little vodka in there?
Oh, man. Oh, boy. So at any rate, it is one of my favorite establishments. And so I do hang out here a lot. Let's start first with what is offered on the menu, because you guys have a sensational menu and the food is really good.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, it's fair to say it definitely spans the yard. One thing we're definitely most known for is probably our smoked wings. Not a lot of restaurants doing that nowadays, but just well-developed flavor, something you can't really get most other places, along with all the burgers, all the specialties. There's a lot to love, so definitely come on in.
So you got the specials in front of you. Rattle some of those off.
I would say Friday fish and chips. You know, we got a guy on the fryer. He's killing it every Friday. Saturdays, $3 off appetizers till 3, and all the college games you can ask for. Sundays, almost like a mini happy hour all day. Mimosas, Bloody Marys, domestic pints, and all day football there too.
So you got Saturday, Sunday. Now, what time do you guys open on Saturdays for the early games, or Sundays for those early games? What are your hours?
We're open up at 9. We want to be open an hour early so you could get nice and comfortable before all the games starts, and then open from 9 until 10.
Okay.
So if I wanted fish and chips tonight, can I order fish and chips? And I wait till
you
Friday?
can have it every night of the you can have it every night of the week.
You got to watch that lean figure. You get that fish.
I got news for you. I get the fish and chips when I come here. It's great.
I mean, that looked good on your menu. Talk about some of the other things you guys have got going on, some of the special things you guys going on, because you drive by here, 50th Street and Ray Road. You talked about all of the Saturday game, Sunday game. Big Cardinal bar? Is it a mix or what?
It is a bit of a mix. I mean, definitely our Cardinals fans here come out for every game, but then all of a sudden there's like a Jets game on, and all of a sudden all the Jets fans are up in here out of nowhere. So a little bit of everybody. We don't exclude anybody.
Right,
that's for sure.
Well, you're just off the I-10 here, and we call this Ahwatukee or Mountain Park Ranch, what have you.
Yes.
You got to blend. I mean, you realize this is the largest cul-de-sac in the world, right?
Oh, I know it. I grew up here, so yeah, I know. It's just one big circle that I've been hanging around my whole life. Yeah.
So next to Cardinal fans, who do you say is the next biggest followers you get in this area?
I don't know if it's obvious right now because of the Cubs hat, but it seems like there are a lot of Midwest. I mean, the Snowbirds will be back down here, and so we get a lot of like Midwest sports coming down here. Bears fans, Cubs fans.
All right, so wait a minute. You just stated that you were circling the drain here in Ahwatukee your entire life.
Yes.
How did you become a Cubs fan?
It's like one of those passed down generational family things, Grandpa was a huge Cubs fan, so we're hoping for a win today to keep our necks in this game.
Well,
for sure.
They're up 4-1.
So,
right now.
Steve,
I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to jinx it.
When they won the World Series, was it 2016?
Yes, yeah.
What was your household like? What was the family? I mean, it's been like 230 years. I mean, since the beginning of time.
A bit of an emotional story, but Grandpa, big Cubs fan, died 1 year earlier.
Oh,
so sorry to hear that.
It was me, thank you. It was me, my mom, and my sister sitting at a bar somewhere here in Ahwatukee watching the Cubs game, tears in our eyes when they won it.
Oh,
so it's definitely something
So
special.
the GOAT finally got sacrificed.
Yeah, that's really what it was.
So are you
Angels in the outfield kind of thing,
Yeah.
Are you a diehard Bears fan too?
No, it's
Explain that.
It's kind of messed up, but okay. So I'm a Cardinals fan, I'm a D-backs fan, I'm a Cubs fan, and then my dad's from Southern California, and he raised me to be a Raiders fan. So there's no love there, honestly. There's not a lot to work off.
So you're schizophrenic when it comes to sports.
A little bit, yeah. It's good to have two teams under my belt because Lord knows these D-backs teams can break your heart.
They can.
Also, yeah.
Yep.
Root for them every year, though.
Yeah. So how many TVs do you have an idea? Have you ever counted? Because they're everywhere.
I think we count once a month because we always forget, but it's got to be somewhere 80, 85, 89. We have all covering the outside patio.
Yeah, outside patio with the misters are on.
With the misters, a bunch, a bunch in here on the ground floor, and then upstairs, a reserved party room if you'd like, just about 6, 7, 8 more TVs up there.
Excuse me. Yeah. Danny in back. I noticed where Jimmy's high chair is right there. He's in front of where it says Happy TV.
That's me.
Well, what is it? We've seen nothing but cats. We've seen cartoons.
Well, that one's for the kids and Jimmy. That's who that's for. It's for if you're bringing in the kids. Kids eat free every Monday. It's a good day to come in and.
I have never seen
kids.
Happy TV.
I know.
I said there was the Halloween costumes going on. There was a gal all dressed up. They're teaching it was like, is that a streaming thing? Is that a channel thing?
Just
you got
a
turtle eating a raspberry.
Just for when your eyes get tired of looking at sports.
Sure.
I guess there's that for you.
Happy TV.
Yeah, Happy TV. Something to relax with.
Yeah, raccoons, kangaroos.
Yep.
How to feed your baby a strawberry. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. But it just caught my attention. You guys got that all over. But it's interesting. Jimmy's high chair is right there in front of Happy TV.
Hey, look. A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
It's his downtime. Let him have his downtime.
That is correct. I'm resting my thought
Steve,
process.
hey, thanks so much for filling in for your general manager.
He sucks. He really sucks.
Oh my God, don't do that.
You nailed it.
He is chicken.
Yeah, what are you doing between 1 and 4 every day?
Yeah.
Jimmy B's 92. He should soon be on the horizon.
If I knew more sports, I'd be right there with you.
Well, good luck to your Cubbies. I'm a Cardinals fan, so their rivalry goes to and fro. But you guys are still playing where not. But best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and giving us the scoop.
It was great, Steve.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate Chris as well for letting us come in and hang out at the Hub Bar and Grill today. That's where we are in Ahwatukee at 50th Street and Ray Road. We are here until 4 o'clock. Let's quickly just kind of do an update real fast on some of the baseball. Matt has got it. He's been watching the game, and he is a certified Cubs fan as well. So he's extremely happy, just like Steve was.
Yeah. All right, so before we get to our Cubs game here, we'll start with our first game of the afternoon. We had the Mariners. They went up early, 3-0. It looked like they were going to make their way into the ALCS, but the Tigers, they had their final say. They scored 9 unanswered runs. Mm-hmm. They went on to win 9-3, and so that's going to go to a winner-take-all Game 5.
Love it.
Heading back to Seattle, which I don't know for sure what their plan is with Tarek Skubal, but he's the best pitcher in the world, so I'll take him in any Game 5. So we'll see what happens there. And then we'll move on to Wrigley Field. They're live there right now. Cubs are trying to avoid the sweep, keep their season alive. They're up 4-1. It's the end of the second inning, so we're going to the third. So it's still early there. So we'll keep you updated on that game, but the Cubs off to a good start. And then following that at 4:08 on Fox Sports 1, we'll get the Blue Jays-Yankees. Blue Jays will have another chance to close out the Yankees. But Yankees might have a little momentum now. Aaron Judge with a season-saving swing. I mean, that fastball was 5-6 inches off of the plate, the inside, right off his chest. Yes. He kept those hands in, and he worked that ball down the line. I mean, that was something. That could be his postseason moment of his career so far.
I'm with you.
Because he hasn't had many big ones.
So we've seen a couple of, what do you call them, starters for some of the games. Have we seen them? This is the first, seems like the first round that I've seen the expanded wild card and going to the divisional series where we've seen guys start 2 or 3 innings or move on, or we're just seeing these teams get to the original starters. Excuse me, openers.
Yeah.
The openers.
I think at this point, these managers are just all hands on deck because obviously these hitters are so talented. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to stop these guys. So I think they're trying to find any advantage, maybe say get him out there in the second or third inning so he doesn't have to face the same guys the second or third time around. They're looking for any advantage. And so, that's been a newer thing this year. But the opener hasn't worked well for many teams. Look what happened with Milwaukee yesterday. Or 2 games ago. Yep. They ended up winning still, but he gives up a 3-run shot right away. And so it's worked for some and it hasn't for others.
It's a crapshoot. It really is a crapshoot.
Yeah, totally. But the Yankees,
you're not seeing much patience.
No,
with the openers as well.
Short leash. In fact, no leash. Mm-hmm. They get out there quick. If they start losing command, they start giving up they're gone quick, these openers. And then over in New York, Cam Schlitter, he is a stud. He had the postseason record, MLB record, 12 Ks in his start against the Red Sox in the wild card series. So we'll see if he can keep the Yankees alive tonight. And then to wrap up the night, the Dodgers will take on the Phillies. We'll see if they can pull off an impressive sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies. They took the first 2 games in Philadelphia, and they have Yamamoto on the mound tonight. So I like their chances, but the Phillies aren't going down without a fight, as they call them the Fighting Phillies for a reason.
Well, we'll see what happens. By the way, all of those games can be seen on the big screens right here at the Hub in Ahwatukee. Thank you, Matt, for that. As we continue to roll, listen, it is our favorite segment of all time. It is Manuch's Clipboard, where I just sit back and relax, and Manuch is a cornucopia of football information. He pontificates for days. It is coming up next, everybody. We are here at the Hub in Ahwatukee. You can't miss us, 50th Street, Ray Road. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Time for Manuch to do what he does best. Hold the clipboard.
As Manucci takes slides, hit, keeps the ball 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and he's hauled down from behind at the 10-yard line. Manucci was wondering would he run out of gas or run out of field, and he did a little of both.
Manuch dives into last weekend's quarterback play across the NFL. It's Manuch's Clipboard Report, exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here in Ahwatukee at the Hub. The baseball games are on. You can come on out, have some refreshments, have great food, and watch the baseball playoffs here at the Hub in Ahwatukee, Ray Road and 50th Street. He is the man who always has a plan. He is the one and only, my esteemed colleague, Dan Manucci.
Thank you, Jimmy B. Appreciate that. It is Manucci's Clipboard Report. I get a chance to take a look at the good, the honorable mention, and the bad. By the way, thank you, Jimmy B. For now, I've got, after 21 and a half years, I've got a sponsor. I got the Hub Grill and Bar, who's now the sponsor for Manucci's Clipboard, because just like my career, they always go deep and they always score. You like that, Jimmy
I
B?
like that, man. I like that.
So for the good, let's take a look at this big Texans win over, that's right, the Ravens.
Stroud hangs in there, throws, and caught for the touchdown. Nico Collins. And Houston is humming.
That's right. Thank you to CBS Sports. C.J. Stroud finally gets off the schneid. You're that Nico Collins 10-yard passing touchdown from C.J. Stroud at the second quarter, 17-3. They beat the Baltimore Ravens 44-10. I would say that the Ravens aren't leaking oil. They've lost their transmission as far as their defense is concerned. And what a great day for C.J. Stroud to get on the right side of finally getting this Texans team offense off the schneid. 23 for 27, 244 yards, four touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. On average pass completions, 9 yards per average on the pass completions, 9 different receivers. And the one thing that you saw is C.J. Stroud, only one sack, getting rid of the football, being very effective on third down completions, third down on first downs, maintaining the ball. And I will say this, C.J. Stroud did not have to run that much because I think we're seeing C.J. Stroud start to mature. And on top of that, he happens to be my backup fantasy quarterback, filling in for Joe Burrow. Did a hell of a job. But that damn counselor, Kevin Rowe, still kicked my butt in fantasy, even with C.J. Stroud basically throwing for 4 touchdown passes. So my good goes to C.J. Stroud, the Texans quarterback, in the big 44-10 victory over the Ravens. My honorable mentions, a guy that's, once again, up for potential MVP.
3rd down, 15, Mayfield. Winds up, throws, caught, touchdown! Ahwatukee, right on the money.
Thank you to CBS Sports, Baker Mayfield. As you heard that touchdown pass to Ahwatukee, that was in the 3rd quarter as this team came back. That's right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come back to beat Seattle 38-35. That went in Seattle, and Baker Mayfield making a normal living. That's right, to come back and win that game 29 for 33, 379 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Again, 0 interceptions. Taking care of the football. And he's not dinking and dunking, Jimmy B.
Nope.
11.5 yards on average pass completions, 8 different receivers. He has picked up where he's left off for this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team to go on the road, to come back and match Sam Darnold, the quarterback for Seattle, match them, basically tit for tat, was big as Baker Mayfield once again gets the ball, distributes it, takes the field, this team right down the field, and gets the game-winning field goal for Tampa Bay on the road, mind you, in one of the toughest places to play, that being in Seattle. Well, my bad. I think that Connor probably remembers this guy. We're going to go to a guy. His name is Cooper Kupp. He was on the other side of the field versus C.J. Stroud.
Off the play fake. And that ball's up in the air and taken away by Petrie. Jalen Petrie has done it again. The bobble by Andrews. And Petrie pounces on it.
Jimmy Cooper Rush, that interception to Jalen Petrie. Thank you to CBS Sports. Cooper Rush taking over for Lamar Jackson for this Ravens team. As I mentioned, their defense is a mess. Their offense is a mess. They're just a big old melted chocolate mess, as I like to say. They're in Ravens territory, trading away some of their top defensive players. But Cooper Rush in the 44-10 loss to the Texans, only 14 for 20, 179 yards, 9 yards on average. When he did complete passes, at least he got the ball down the field. 0 touchdowns, 3 that you heard one right there, 3 interceptions on the day, as you heard there, had the 1 sack. And I don't know if it was maybe midway through the year last year, but Cooper Rush was quarterbacking for the Dallas Cowboys. You start to see him starting to telegraph his throws. He did, because when you don't play a lot and you're not used to the guys in front of you, and you got 2 outstanding tight ends, I feel, with the Baltimore Ravens, and a decent receiving core, when you can't run the football and you get your guy, that being Derrick Henry, gets shut down, and they say, hey, Cooper Rush, our backup quarterback, our journeyman quarterback, you got to go out and win this. Very difficult for him to get back, find his receivers, and the 3 touchdowns, one of them was behind the receiver, the other was he telegraphed, and the other just was a tip ball. Okay, so you look at that. So you're not going to win when your team is struggling and you're relying on your backup quarterback to go out and win the game. Just not going to happen. So Cooper Rush, former Cowboy quarterback, now at the Ravens, is my bad for Manuch's Clipboard Report. And that's pretty much the crux of this week's Clipboard.
Let me follow up with a question on why you think Baltimore is so bad out of the gate. And you referenced the fact that Derrick Henry is not running worth a darn. Do you think it's a carryover after he coughed up the football in the opening game against the Buffalo Bills, and that ended up costing the Ravens the game?
No, I think, that could be part of it. He's still a hell of a running back. Don't get me wrong. There's no offensive blocking right now, Jimmy.
Okay.
And they're giving up, on average, 32 points per game. I mean, look at these games that they've had. They gave, 41 points to the Buffalo Bills that opening game. 44 this weekend to the Texans and C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
So they're right around 32 to 33. They might be one of the highest in the National Football League as far as points given up by your defense. So if you can't run the ball and relying on your quarterback or backup quarterback to try to match what your defense is giving up, it's hard to put 35 points, 38 points on the board week in and week out without Derrick Henry, your bell cow. That is pretty much, there's no holes for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy's 6'4", 250 pounds. He still runs probably a 4.6 40. There's nowhere for him to go. So now Lamar goes down. Lamar was trying to, he's throwing the ball as effectively as he can. He's not running as much as I think he has in the past, but it's just one of those years. And when you trade away one of your top defensive guys, and you also trade another defensive guy away, and you're still staying with your defensive coordinator,
right?
John Harbaugh said we're sticking with him. They've got some issues that I hate to tell you that you look at that division, and I would say pretty much Pittsburgh right now is the odds on to win that division because the Baltimore Ravens are fading big time, and you can't rely on your backup quarterback to say, hey, Cooper, go out and win us the game, even though you got a decent receiving core. You got two really good tight ends, and Mark Andrews is being one of the top in the league.
And likely.
And you cannot, if you can't run the ball, that's difficult because you know what they're doing? They're going to say, we're going to make Cooper Rush beat us.
Yeah.
We're going to blitz him. We're going to shut down a running game. And then good luck trying to get the ball out there. So it's a difficult task for John Harbaugh and this team to get off this night and try to get it corrected here early on in the year.
There it is. That is the one, the only Manuch's Clipboard Report is presented to you by the Hub Bar and Grill in Ahwatukee. It's your neighborhood center of activity. Once again, located Ray Road and 50th. You can catch every game. I mean, they have over 80 TVs here at the Hub, and they can get you any game that you want to watch. Wall-to-wall screens. The food is sensational with burgers and wings, plus a great lineup of local and craft beers. And whether it's the big game with friends or family dinner or a weekend brunch, make it the Hub, where they make every guest feel like a VIP. It's the Hub, the sponsor today of Manuch's Clipboard Report. All right, coming up, we're going to the bank. No, not just your local bank. We're going to Michael Bankston. Yes, the bank will be in, and we are going to discuss what happened last weekend with the Cardinals and upcoming this weekend in Indianapolis against the Colts. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620. Now we get an ESPN Sports Center update with Laz.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. We start on the diamond with the Detroit Tigers beat the Seattle Mariners 9-3 to even up the series and force a winner-take-all Game 5 in the ALDS. Also live right now from Wrigley Field, the Cubs are taking on the Brewers as they fight to keep their season alive. Following that, the Blue Jays will have another shot to close out the Yankees. And to wrap up the night, the Dodgers look to complete an impressive 3-game sweep of the Phillies. Over in the NFL, Kyler Murray did not practice today as the Cardinals prepare for their Week 6 matchup with the 4-1 Indianapolis Colts. This SportsCenter update is driven by Twin Peaks in this Thursday's Eagles at Giants game. We will kick it all off this Thursday from Twin Peaks in Tempe. Pint specials at all 5 locations. Happy hour starts at 3, and you can catch all the action at your local Twin Peaks Lodge. We head to the bank next with former Cardinal Michael Bankston.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to Base, Utah, Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter X at BigBank90. Michael Bankston now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Ahwatukee. We got another half hour at the Hub Bar and Grill at 50th Street and Ray Road. They have the baseball playoffs on. If you're going to come in for dinner tonight or some refreshments, they will have everything on that you would like to watch. Michael Bankston joins us right now. You can follow him on X at BigBank90. That's at BigBank90. Banks, look, I've talked about what took place on Sunday. I don't want to talk about it anymore. What I do want to talk about is an offensive coordinator who stood up at the microphone, Banks, and said that he did not have a audible call for 3rd and 8 on that run. And both Manuch and I have lost it on the show. Why a quarterback who is 7 years in, who's a smart guy, would not be given the opportunity to make audible calls?
Well, unfortunately, that means they don't really trust him in that aspect. I think he's been in this system, for a few years now?
7.
And if they don't, and they don't trust, his years of experience, but I'm talking about under Jonathan Gannon.
Oh, 3 years, yeah.
So if they don't trust him by now, that's not saying a lot about what they think about the offensive production, especially under Kyler Murray. As you can see, it's really not that much of offensive production. I think the plays are still vanilla. And the only reason I said vanilla, when you look at vanilla, it's had 21 points at 10:33 in the second quarter and never scored anything since. That's what I mean by vanilla. That's when teams figure you out, what you're going to do, and they just play in those tendencies. And those tendencies a lot of times go in their favor if you running the same thing and you haven't changed up anything. Without them giving him the power to make an audible, that's not saying that they trust him that much. And that's just my thought process. When you think about it, Manuch, your quarterback, they don't give you that opportunity to make those audibles or cry Omaha like Peyton Manning used to do, even though a lot of times his Omaha didn't mean nothing. But at the same time, it meant something because it meant that there's a possibility he's changing that play, even though he might be running the same play.
And Banks, what Drew Petzing says that there's no check for that play.
Yeah.
And I went, wait a second. There's a check for every play I ever ran as an NFL quarterback. There's a check for you as a defensive lineman, the way they line up. Then to have you line up in short yardage and an offense go spread, you don't check out into your spread defense. I mean, you see what I'm saying? How do you not have a check for any play in the National Football League?
You always have a check, and you're totally right. Just like you said on defense, if you spread, you can't run the same play like you're running for them to run the ball when it goes spread. So you got to be able to adjust and make those adjustments. When you don't make those adjustments and you see what transpires and you see what happens, but think about the time frame. There was no offense production for basically two and a half quarters plus.
Yeah,
that is sad. I mean, just especially in the National Football League, you've got to be able to continue plays, continue downs, continue drives, keep your defense off the field, and those drives should end up in touchdowns. The worst case scenario, some field goals. We didn't even do that, and I can understand why they got rid of the offensive coordinator. I think they need to be able to have a plethora of plays. Even though you might have the same formation, you know this already, Manuch. Yeah. You can have the same formation, but it's a total different play that you can run. But even in that formation, it might be 10 to 15 different plays you can run in that formation that keeps the defense on anticipating and got to be on top of their game. We don't do that. I know when they're going to run the ball. I know when they're going to pass the ball. I know when Kyler got to get outside the pocket because he can't see or he don't have a passing lane. And defenses know that. So they got it dialed in. And we can't be that generic, especially right now. And it's too early to figure out teams. It's way too early.
And I think we beat up the offense. I mean, just horrible play call. I'm dumbfounded that Drew Petzing doesn't have a check on any play, let alone. The other thing, too, is interesting. That was a stretch play running to the far side of the field. And as you know, those linebackers, they're shooting the gap. We can break that down to every which way but Sunday. But I want to talk about the defense or lack thereof with these last minute, 2-minute drives by the opposing team 3 games in a row in order to drive down the field and get game-winning field goals. 3 game-winning field goals. The Cardinals have lost by 5 points last 3 games. Okay, they might have a stout defense for 3 quarters. You and I know it's how you finish, not how you start. Where's the defense been on these last drives, these last 3 games?
Well, obviously, no sides of the ball are complete a full game. For them to give the other team an opportunity to come back, even if they only lost these last 3 games by 5 points, somebody's got to make a play. And if you're a defensive player, you got to believe that you can make that play. You can't rely on the offense, you can't rely on the special teams because you're out there doing your job too. We need to still get more pressure on the quarterback, stop the run, and not let them to continue drives to get them to in that position. That long play, when I saw that long play when they threw, when Cam threw it to the receiver, I said they're already in field goal range. All you can do right now is hope and pray he missed the field goal. That's all you can do at that opportune time is hope he missed that field goal. Then we have several games before when he kicked outside the 20, and they gave him another 15, 20 yards to get to a field goal. We're making some crucial errors, mental errors, however you want to look at it, in an inopportune time. Guys got to step up, and it's not just one side of the ball.
Sure.
It's all phases of the ball got to step up and say, I'm going to make the play. We're going to make the play because of the team sport. We're going to make the play. We're going to do something that's going to give us the opportunity to win this ball game. And thus far, these last 3 games, no phases of the game is giving us that opportunity.
And
somebody's
Banks,
making a crucial error.
Yeah, and I got to say this, allowing a team to get out of bounds and within a minute and a half, number one, first play swing pass, you hit that you have that chance to keep that running back in bounds. You hit him, instead of going across his face, he goes out of bounds. And then that Ridley catch on the right sideline, how does that happen? And how does he get out of bounds? I mean, the Cardinals send a 2-minute drill. Do not let the offense get out of bounds. Make them go inside, down it, and use their timeout. These Cardinal sins, pardon the pun, or faux pas are just week after week after week with this defense.
Well, I mean, an injury bug has played its part, and we got some of the inexperienced people, especially at cornerback and some of the other positions that you understand, just like you indicating. Why would I let that guy get out of bounds and stop the clock and giving him more time to run another play and hold that time out to be able to score a field goal? They got to understand that aspect. And then even with that guy, when he just let him catch the ball, you actually had a couple of steps to just at least tackle him so he won't get out of bounds and where the clock can run out and make him rush that and maybe possibility rush that kick. We're not doing an inexperience, especially in the secondary, is killing us. The experience on the D-line, we do have some experience, but we're not creating those opportunities where it's going to be in our favor, and we have not done that. Or just put it this way. We have not played two complete halves. Two complete halves of football. It's not how we start, it's how we finish, as you indicated before. And right now, we're not finishing games. And in order for us to even be in the running, especially moving forward, and we let a team that we already knew that we should beat, and we were dominating in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you just almost like you just stopped playing and thought that this game was over and that they didn't have opportunity to come back. We can't think like that. You got to put your foot on their throat, and you got to give it to them all the way until the whistle blows to where you are ahead and not behind, or not giving them a chance to be able to kick a game-winning field goal, like you said, for the last 3 games.
That's why we have Banks on the show for opinions like this. Once again, you can find him on X, Big Bank 90. All right, here we go, Banks. Take me to Indianapolis, a team that is rolling. Daniel Jones has resurrected his career at quarterback. They have one of the best running backs in the league in Jonathan Taylor. This is a nightmare matchup. At least that's the way I see it on the road for the Arizona Cardinals. Where are you?
I see the same matchup. Yes, Daniel Jones has resurrected his career, but I'm going to tell you why. He has that prolific running back in the backfield, Jonathan Taylor, that's doing his job, that is averaging almost 100 yards per game, which makes a total difference. I talked about the Cardinals. It takes about 10 people for them to get 100 yards. In his case, he's got one person, and you can bring anybody else to add on to that. It is great. So we got to, as far as the Cardinals, we got to be able to stop that run, rush, or pass. So as you know, they got Michael Pittman Jr. Right now, he got 4 touchdowns. And it's going to be a difficult task for them because Indianapolis is rolling as an offense, and they're doing a pretty good job on defense too as well. So they're doing a good job on all phases of the ball game. That's where they're 4-1 and sitting top of their division. We still got an opportunity. You got to go in there with a mindset. You don't go in there with a losing mindset. We got to go in there and do our job and regain what we initially started off as. We got to start fast, and we got to finish the same way. We got to stop starting fast and then finishing slow, or have that lull period. In this case, it was a whole 2.5 quarters or more. And other games, it was maybe a quarter or 2 here and there. But we got to be able to finish games and complete games, and at the end of the day, get those W's. If we're not, it's going to be a long season. And the records that we indicated that the Cardinals will have in the beginning, unfortunately, is looking like it's going to be on the low end of that side, more so than the top end of that side. Because the NFC West, the Rams, Seattle is playing, and San Francisco is playing some ball. If we're going to be able to gain some ground, we better start playing some ball.
Hey, before I let you go, I just wanted your thoughts on watching Jeffrey Simmons. It seemed like he controlled the line of scrimmage for the Titans last week. He's kind of a dude, is he not? I mean, he's lost 25 to 30 pounds, and to control that line of scrimmage like Leonard Williams of Seattle. I mean, I was just marveled at watching that guy down after down after down control this Cardinals line of scrimmage.
And so that's winning for them.
Yeah.
We got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. We got to be able to control on offense and defense. If we don't, the front line, we're the Army. Offensive linemen is the Army, defensive line are the Army. If the Army not doing a job and we're relying on the other phases of the game or the other aspects, you already know, especially on defense, If they get through the D-line and linebackers, that means Buddha having the most tackles, unfortunately. You don't want your safety having more tackles than your linebackers or your D-line. That means they're already 10 yards down the field. We have to have a mindset of controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball and have some dominance. I know Sweat has 5 sacks right now, and Class has 3. Yeah, that looks good. It sounds good in this short amount of games, but we still got 3 or 4 other players that are at 1 sack or at no sack or no pressures. We got to be able to be dominant on both sides of the ball, especially on the offensive and defensive alignment, and control the line of scrimmage in order for us to win this ball game. I know we're hurting at running back. I know we're hurting in a lot of positions, but also other teams are hurting in those same positions because a lot of teams have those key injuries at this present time. So we got to deal with what we got to deal with.
Always good, Banks, when you're on the show. Thank you, pal. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
There you go. Michael Bankston, everybody. Once again, you can find him on X at Big Bank 90, at Big Bank 90. He's presented today by Crest Insurance, and we remind you to tune in tomorrow at 1:15 during the show for the Crest Insurance Charlie Regal Sun Devil Report. That's right. The assistant head coach, Charlie Regal, will join us at 1:15. Crest Insurance serves clients nationwide, earning a reputation for exceptional customer service and tailored insurance solutions. For more information, just go online, crestins.com. That is crestins.com. Quick time out as we continue here at the Hub Grill and Bar in Ahwatukee. When we come back, our Learner and Row one call, that's all. We'll update you as what's on TV tonight and some State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day results. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a Quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Learner and Row is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Learner and Row is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Learner and Row is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Learner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Learner and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue and Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Looking for the center of activity? Welcome to the Hub Grill and Bar in Ahwatukee, where the community comes together for food, fun, and the big game. With wall-to-wall big screens, mouth-watering burgers, wings, and an incredible lineup of local and craft beers, the Hub is where every guest feels like a VIP. Find us at Ray Road and 50th Street in Ahwatukee. Open daily for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. The Hub Ahwatukee, your neighborhood center of activity.
At National Geographic Society, we believe in the power of wonder. It drives us to explore, pushes us to see the world differently, moves us to action.
And we believe that today, wonder is more essential than ever. Wow. That's why we're supporting a new generation of explorers to ask big questions, make breakthroughs, and bring the future closer. Wonder awaits. Will you join us? Visit natgeo.org/wonder.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Yeah, I kind of addressed it on Monday, take accountability and move on.
That was the reaction. Head coach Jonathan Gannon on the $100,000 fine. The little dust up on the sideline, and he made contact with Amari DiMercato on the sideline. He was fined $100,000, not by the NFL, Manuch, but by the owner of the Arizona Cardinals, Michael Bidwell. Today's one call, that's all. It is powered by Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck, need a check. All you have to do is call this phone number, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. And remember, you get a free consultation. Once again, one call, that's all. Lerner and Rowe, 602-977-1900. What's on tap? It's all powered by Dos Equis. And don't forget, we will be at Backyard in Gilbert. It is our Sun Devils watch party Saturday evening. Dos Equis will have pints available. There's going to be a lot of great swag that we're going to give away as well. Kickoff at 7:15. By the way, they recommend that you get reservations. So if you want to join us, the joint's going to be jumping. Again, Backyard in Gilbert. Get your reservation in. Kickoff 7:15. It's all presented by our great partnership with Dos Equis. Here's what's on tap right now. College football, Missouri State at Middle Tennessee. That'll be on ESPN today at 4:30. Liberty at UTEP on the CBS Sports Network. That's at 5 o'clock. Major League Baseball. Tigers won today. They beat the Mariners, so they will force the fifth and deciding game in progress right now, and they've got it on several TVs here and in Ahwatukee at the Hub. It's the Brewers and Cubs. You can watch it on TBS. Also, later it is the Blue Jays at the Yankees on Fox Sports 1, and then the Phillies Dodgers tonight on TBS, also on True TV. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Manuch.
Arizona's #1 referred roofer, serving Valley homes and businesses for over a decade. Get your free quote today at state48roofing.com and follow them on media at hashtag sexy roof status. By the way, we got a big storm coming in, folks, starting tomorrow. Late Thursday through the weekend. We could have anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. I'd highly recommend for some kind of consultation, if you have issues, to go again to state40roofing.com and let them know to come out and get everything checked out. All right, here we go. State 40 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Should the Cardinals have fined Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for slapping, I call love tap, Amari DiMercato's chest on the sideline? Again, that's the Cardinals, not the league. So just go to @Roc and Manuch on X. Is it yes, you can't put your hands on a player's, I'll talk about in a second, or no, it undermines his authority as a head coach. Now, mind you, I know that Jim Harbaugh does some pad popping and slapping on the helmet of Justin Herbert, his quarterback, before good games. So is one right? Is one wrong? Curious, Connor, which way did the peeps vote in reference to this State 48 Roofing? It's your call question of the day.
Well, guys, the peeps have went with a 50-50 split. They're deadlocked right down the middle.
And again, I put no. I said undermines his authority as a head coach. If the league wants to fine him, fine. I think you and Rock, you said you brought this up about maybe the league said, hey, look, Michael, that's not a good look. If either you fine him or we will. If I'm Michael Bidwell, I support my coach 110%.
I'm with you on that 100%.
Now you heard
really am.
You heard Jonathan Gannon take accountability for it.
Yeah, he did.
You can't touch players. That's a little love tap. He kind of berated him, which he had every right to, and he should have.
Yes.
Dressed him down for what he did.
Absolutely.
And, he just went by him, just gave him a little, nudge, a little love pat to the chest. So what? And the only other fine I can think similar to this was Bruce Arians a few years ago when the running back was either running back or defensive back.
I think it was a running back.
Came off the sideline. He dressed him down like Bruce can dress you down.
Yep.
And he slapped him upside the helmet, upside his head, right?
Yep.
Slap him upside the head, right?
Say, oops,
Yep.
upside your head. Say,
The league.
oops, upside your head.
The league fined him, not Tampa Bay. They didn't fine him. So in my eyes, I get it. I understand it. But look, you got to back your coach up. Little love tap. What's the big deal? I know it's a little tongue-in-cheek that Jim Harbaugh pops the pads for Justin Herbert. He's putting his hands on him, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So one runs right, one's wrong? Just because he dressed him down and he popped him?
They're going to say that that's their routine before games. That's how they get ready to start the game. I get that. I know where you're going.
It's a ticky-tack fine.
I'm with you.
It's a total ticky-tack fine.
I agree 100%.
And, okay, so what? He has every right to go and dress him down, as he should have dressed him down. And I think from that standpoint, as he went by him, he just popped him in the shoulder pads like, hey, wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
So wrong for Michael Bidwell to fine him. And if you wanted the league to say, hey, look, we got to fine him because of whatever, then so be it. So I just think I voted no. It undermines his authority as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I commend Jonathan Gannon. You didn't have to apologize.
No.
You didn't have to apologize for dressing down DeMarcado.
I agree.
An idiotic, selfish move that he had.
Yes.
And if my emotions got caught of me and I popped him, my bad.
Yeah.
But he had every right to dress him down.
I'm with you on that. And yesterday I almost blew a gasket on the show about that. Why the hell are you apologizing? You're the head coach. The guy screwed up big time.
And here's the thing. If
he screwed up big time.
If he's got to dress you down, deservedly so. So if I have to dress you down, you continuously miss block after block after block, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get in your grill as a lineman.
Right. Yep.
So what, now you go apologize to him the next day? So if somebody does something, you got to put him in 20-second timeout or you punish him.
20-second
timeout. If
timeout.
Jimmy B steals all the cookies in the cookie jar and says he didn't do that, and I've got tape of you doing that, your dad comes over, get a couple swats, put you in the corner. The next day, oh, hey, Jimmy, I didn't mean that. My bad. Even though you did it, let's not do it again. Come on.
I'm with you.
Things are getting soft around here, Jimmy B.
Coming up tomorrow, NAU head football coach Brian Wright's going to join us, along with ASU assistant head coach Charlie Regal, former Wildcat safety Brandon Sanders as well for U of A, Rick Neuheisel. He's going to have a lot to talk about, particularly with his kid, an offensive coordinator now at UCLA, and Cardinals beat writer Howard Balzer will be at Twin Peaks in Deer Valley tomorrow. Tempe. I'm sorry, Twin Peaks in Tempe tomorrow. Manuch, you told me to read it the way you wrote it. It says Deer Valley.
Jimmy, you got to know we're going to Tempe tomorrow.
I know where we're going. I'm reading it because otherwise you yell at me all the time. You always say, Jimmy, read it the way I wrote it.
All right.
So I read it the way that you wrote it.
All right, Anchorman.
That's it.
Get us out of here.
All right. We'll see you in Tempe tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. We had a great time here at the Hub Grill and Bar. Once again, Ray Road, 50th. Great spot. We'll probably be back.